Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the good football stadium on the campus of Millwood High School, as Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony presents Millwood Falcon football on Teacher Appreciation Night. Last week, the Falcons stomped the Perry Maroons, shutting them out 41-0. The Falcons again performed on all three phases very well, offense, defense, and special teams. The Falcons have now won 5 in a row. They are hot and rolling. The Falcons have 2 home games left, and tonight is the first one of those as they take on the new Kirk Tigers as they are in town tonight. They are 3-3 this season. Last week they lost to Oklahoma Christian School, OCS, 24-0. But in spite of that loss, this team can be described as pesky good. Their aggressive spread offense allows them to play with an edge, and we'll find out tonight if they can be explosive at the good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Falcon Pregame. I am Maurice Prince, joined with the coach in the box, Coach Gary Woods. Gary, how you doing tonight?
Mo, if I was doing any better, I'd be twins.
Wow. Of all responses that I've heard, I'm not sure I've heard that one, Gary.
Yeah, man. Actually, it's Thursday night. It's a beautiful night. And we have the great conditions that we need to have a good game, and I'm excited to see some football.
Now, Gary, this team is winning on all 3 phases of the game. So tell me, what phase of the game has been most impressive to you?
Defense. Man, let me tell you something. Defense right now with the Falcons, they are clicking on all cylinders. I don't want to sound like a homer, but Coach Donovan Woods has that defense firing, and they are giving the ball back to the offense repeatedly. We saw that last week against the Perry Maroons. Also, too, special teams were playing well as well, which is, again, an extension of defense. Yeah, defense is pitched a shutout, and they could have pitched shutouts the week before. It's just that, they sacrificed the shutout in exchange for helping players get game experience. So, right now, the Falcons are looking really good defensively. We just need to make sure that we can tighten some things up offensively, and again, shore up that identity just a little bit more.
I'm going to say special teams, and I'll say that 3 consecutive games with a special team score.
Yeah.
There's not too many times in football that you get to talk about special teams being a weapon, but it's not just been a weapon on the offensive side of the ball. It's been an offensive weapon for the defense as well.
Yep.
Flipping field position, punt coverage has been extremely good, creating turnovers off muff punts, things like that. So it's been impressive to me on so many levels. But that's been the impressive phase to me, has been special teams. Now, this team is showing growth, Gary, with each win. But is there a danger with a young team with this growth and finding so much success early in the year?
Yeah, there is a danger. I mean, one thing is that, here's the situation with Millwood. Millwood has a lot of two-way players, right? And a lot of those two-way players are your better players. And so one of the things that, if that can happen is that if offense isn't clicking, you tend to rely too heavily on defense to bail you out. And so I think that's a caution place. I think that's a place where you need to say, hey, be cautious. Offense really does need to be a little bit more dominant in terms of being able to hold the ball, sustain drives, be able to let the defense, those players who are not, playing both ways, get some rest so that, we're not out there playing defense all the time. Defense plays an awful lot of reps. Now, they do a good job. They do a really, really good job of getting off the field, or they bend but don't break. But, again, when you got a lot of two-way players, it's a lot better for your team to be on offense because you don't burn as much energy as compared to if you're playing defense where you're forced to react all the time and burn more energy.
When you say, for me, I also want to echo what you're saying, but I put the danger in also as finding success without so much adversity. Millwood has jumped out a lot on the opponents, and the opponents have not always reacted well to that adversity that Millwood puts them in. That's called good coaching.
Yeah.
But when adversity hits, when the rubber meets the road, do you think the team would have done enough in terms of growing in maturity to be able to handle that adversity when it comes? And it comes at the beginning of every game. Yeah. I mean, we had to overcome the turnover, the early game turnovers. So those are situations that you go with. But where do you sit on that?
Well, when you talk about, like, for instance, Millwood facing adversity early in the game, and how they respond to it. It's easy to respond to it when you turn the ball over and you're in negative field position and defense takes the ball right back and give it back to you. That's real easy. But the issue becomes, what is the offensive response to adversity? It's always been, for Millwood, what has the defense done to give the ball back to offense after the offense?
Okay, now you sound like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately?
Well, but that's the reality of it. Is that we got to have situations where, you know what, the offense needs to be able to bail out the defense sometimes, and the defense, of course, needs to be in position to bail out the offense. It goes both ways. Right now, as I evaluate this team critically, I see a lot of offense, putting the defense in a tough spot, but the defense does a great job of responding, stopping, shutting out the opposing team, giving the ball right back to the offense.
Well, we're going to hear during this pregame here, we're going to hear a little bit from Coach Darwin Franklin in just a moment, get his thoughts. He addresses some of the midseason turmoil that coaches go with nowadays, and he discusses some things that have frustrated him a little bit. I think it's going to be interesting for some folks to listen to a little bit. The field is in good condition tonight. Game time temperature will be a wonderful, brisk 68 degrees, and near the fourth quarter, we're talking about the low 60s. Okay, winds blowing from the northwest at 7 to 10 miles an hour.
There it is.
What's the matter, Gary?
There it is.
What's the matter, Gary?
It's going to get a little cooler and a little bit cooler and a little bit cooler, and that's another factor that we haven't talked about. We'll touch on that during the game.
All right, we'll get into that. Head coach for the Millwood Falcon in his 10th season is Coach Darwin Franklin, and the head coach for the Newkirk Tigers is Eddie Scott. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, you will hear from the voice of Darwin Franklin in just a minute. Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight's game before we hit the break. Want to make sure we thank Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rate Rod Seed, First Security Bank, Chris and Christie of Heritage Funeral Home, A-Plus Lawn Service, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation Super Prep, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, Lamoore's Family First DUI School, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores SSM Health presentation of Millwood Falcon football. We'll be right back.
Route 66 Dispensary has the lowest prices around. I'm talking $1 pre-rolls, dabs starting at just $4.95, vape pens $9.95, and shake zips as low as $5. Happy hour is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. every day, and that's when Flower Buds is 25% off. That means $50 OZs are just $37.50. Don't settle for imposters. There's only one Route 66 Dispensary, and it's at 3801 North Portland. If you went anywhere else, you paid too much.
Oklahoma City. Yes, sir. Loves Travel Stop and Country Stores and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms with our 2022-2023 Student of the Month program. Each month, a chosen high school student will be selected for Student of the Month. The winner will automatically qualify to be selected for Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to a college of their choice. Please take time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom and as a citizen in our community. Just go online to theblackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity in unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center with Monica, Belle Biv DeVoe, Tamar Braxton, 112, Genuine, Silk, and H-Town. It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster.com. Another global events production.
Oklahoma City. Yes, sir. Loves Travel Stop and Country Stores and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms. With our 2022-2023 Student of the Month program, each month a chosen high school student will be selected for Student of the Month. The winner will automatically qualify to be selected for Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to a college of their choice. Please take time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom and as a citizen in our community. Just go online to theblackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Store's Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
Welcome back to Falcon Pregame. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods. Officially 14 minutes on the clock before we get into the game of the night. The Newkirk Tigers in town to take on your Millwood Falcons. Hey, let's go ahead and hear from Coach Darwin Franklin. Had a lot on his mind, and we want to send condolences out to the Franklin family. They are dealing with the loss of a loved one, and want to send our thoughts and prayers with him and his family. But I talked to him earlier in the day, trying to get his thoughts on the game taking on tonight, his thoughts on the winning streak, and he just had a lot on his mind. And here is Coach Darwin Franklin. Coach, what is your biggest takeaway from your win against Perry?
Capitalizing off of turnovers, defensive scoring, special team scoring, our kickoff team not being in position. That was a huge takeaway. Seeing how, even though we were coaching it during the week, how we were doing something totally different. Our feet stopping on contact. Some of those things that other people don't see, things that was a huge takeaway. We weren't being physical the correct way, and that's our fault.
In this 5-game win streak, if there was one thing you would have to say that this team has gotten better at, what would that be?
Jumping on, getting going. It's almost a snowball effect, really. If they smell blood in the water, they feast. They enjoy it. But then when you don't smell blood, you got to enjoy feasting just as much. So I'll use the old adage of, I say old adage, I'm a nerd. So in the Avengers, when they were fighting in New York, and they turned to Hulk and said, hey, we could use you to get kind of angry. He said, that's the thing, I'm always angry. Our guys don't know that yet. They don't know how to just be a competitor, but be able to go through normal society, and that doesn't show you, and you don't reveal that, so trying to get them to not turn the switch on and off and just leave it on, and develop that killer mentality.
Coach, what has been the challenge in keeping these young minds engaged?
Y'all, man, social media, man, it is social media, the news, the hype, people listening to their own stats, and just all kind of BS that doesn't really make a difference. When you're trying to win a ball game, you can have all the stats in the world and you lose, and everybody will have something to say, which they're gonna have something to say anyway. It's not gonna make a difference, but not believing their own hype, not reading their own press, and actually believing that crap, and just understanding that the guys that's in the locker room and the guys that link up before games are the most important ones. And the media, boy, I tell you, this social media is with this generation, too many distractions, too many options.
Coach, you're facing tonight a Newkirk team that is very pesky. Is there a better word to describe this team?
Pesky, annoyance. They're aggressive, they're physical, they're not going to lay down, which, no opponent's going to lay down against the Wood. But they find a way to stay in games. They're relentless, not going to quit, and it's going to be a great test to get somebody that's feisty and that fired up to prove something themselves. The team we're getting ready to face definitely is a playoff team. We after looking at them on film and seeing what they do, we wouldn't be surprised if they're right there in the mix of playoffs. So, you know, we gotta come with it.
They like to do a lot of isolation and make you tackle in space. Is your team going to be looking forward to that challenge this week?
We better be gang tackling. That's our thing. We better have 10 guys in the picture trying to get a piece, trying to tear meat off the bone. And if we don't have that, we got a bigger problem, because that means we got some loafs that's going on, and we're going to call those loafs out. You know, that's what we call them. If you look at a play and there's a guy that could have made a play or could have tracked it down, but he's just kind of slowly jogging, you're loafing. And nothing more pisses us off than seeing loafs. So the one-on-one tackles, if you got them, you better make them, but you better have the cavalry coming right along with them, because there's no reason for them not to.
Coach Franklin sounds like a coach in a team with a winning streak. Coach Woods, that's what he sounds like to me.
Yeah. I heard him say, you know, number one distraction is us. He said y'all. And, you know, I think there's
he clarified it. He said social media.
Yeah. You know, social media is one thing. I mean, we're calling the game, and you know, we're calling what we see, and we're giving honest analysis of what we see out on the field, you know. And so, you know, I kind of, my ears kind of stood up. My antenna went up a little bit when he said y'all. But, no, he's right. I mean, you know, there's a lot of distractions that these kids have to contend with. That's just the nature of society today. And it takes a special person like him and the coaching staff that we have at Millwood to continue to coach and mentor and guide these young men and women in this environment.
And also, that being said, I'm just going to peel off of what he said there, because that means you got to take time off of coaching to address the issues that are now a distraction, where years ago that wasn't something that you had easy access to.
Yeah.
But you got access to it now. And again, it's all coming about it. I mean, you got quality control coaches at Oklahoma State and OU and D1 schools.
Hey, let me tell you, the staffs have staffs.
Right, what I'm saying, the staff have to have staff to police the other things. So these are all things that go with it. And again, when things are going well, it's kind of hard to get everybody just dialed in.
Right.
I can't just be focused all the time on what you're saying. I'm taking some reps off. I might be checking my Facebook page or my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm doing these other things instead of being dialed in, going over the playbook.
Yeah.
And when you got to go over that, and then I can make them run. But at the end of the day, when they get done, okay, I'm going to go back and check it. I mean, it's one of those things where now you have more distractions. He just said too many options. I think he clarified it, but his frustration clearly was the fact that he's got some folks that are, some of them somewhere, maybe freshmen, somewhere along, which is still some of this team, that are dialing out.
I'm going to tell you something, man. It's all of them to some degree.
Yeah.
Okay? These kids, and this is one of the things that I want parents to listen to old Coach Woods. When I was coaching 30 years ago, it was different because we didn't have all of this, but now we're dealing with a group of kids who are constantly being stimulated. And what I mean by that is they have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and what else? Snapchat,
all that.
Where they're constantly being fed little small doses of dopamine through social media. That scrolling up and stuff. They've already proven that scientifically that does something to the neuroreceptors in the brain. And so now these are kids who can't. I mean, they can focus, you know, because they do well in school, that sort of thing, but it's just that much more challenging because they live in an environment where they have so many other options in terms of stimuli. So now we're having to coach these kids. So sometimes when you notice, you know, when you're looking on the sideline and you see kids glancing up in the stands, looking at their parents or looking at the girlfriend or looking at the homeboy, I mean, that goes along with that, right? That new environment. Whereas when we were playing Mo, you look up in the stands, you know, Coach Franklin would probably go across our head with a forearm and be like, "Hey, if I see you looking up in the stand, you're gonna crawl you're going to have 400 bear crawls.
Right, exactly. And that this time now you got the phones with the extended range.
Oh.
Hey, turn around and pose real quick.
Oh,
Yep.
now, we got droids hovering above, capturing everything, and the kids see it. We got video production that's happening immediately after every single game. I mean, there's a lot going on now.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and tell you more about the teams that we're playing tonight. And we're looking at right here that Millwood did officially win the toss, but they declined. And so this means, of course, that Newkirk, the Tigers, will be receiving the ball. We'll give you some more insight about the teams on the other side of the break. This is the final break of pregame. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
You up to $8,000 more than it's worth. Are you unsure about your credit? Forget about it. Just go to boomerkia.com and click the iPrecheck button, where you can get pre-approved in less than 60 seconds, all without hurting your credit. I'm James Wade, General Manager at Boomer Kia, and if you don't get the deal you want, don't leave. Ask for me.
With approved credit, 3 months deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale, plus tax, tag, and license. Expires 11/5/22.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy Paint Applicators, and GRK Screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
Welcome back to Falcon Pregame. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call this evening. Getting ready for the Newkirk Tigers taking on the Millwood Falcons on Teacher Appreciation Night. Taking a look at what this team is coming into tonight. Newkirk over the course of the season is averaging about 23 points a game, but they're giving up about 25 points a game. So that's minus 2.5 in favor of their defense, giving up more points. So again, you can see a team that's coming off of a 1-9 season last year, now struggling to trying to find a new identity with their head coach this year. Then on the Millwood side of things, through the 6 games that they have played this year, Millwood is averaging 44.3 points per game. Their defense is only giving up 12.8 in those 6 games. It's been impressive. It's been a plus 31 on the side of that for Millwood. In the head-to-head matchup, you're seeing that Millwood on average is 21 points better, while the defense is 13 points better than what Newkirk has been giving up. Now, who has Newkirk played? They've played Tonkawa. That's a game that they lost in the opening season, 28-6. They took on Woodland. They beat them 31-30. They took on Morrison and lost to them 18-6. Then they played Chisholm, a team that Millwood played, a like opponent, beat them 58-26. They beat Alva 38-28. But last week, something peculiar happened as they took on Oklahoma Christian School, and they got shut out 24-0. The playmakers on this New Kirk team has been Clayton Bergman and wide receiver Daniel Harrison. Both of these players are so key to making this offense click and go. But on the defensive side of the ball, you look at Dalton Osborne, the senior outside linebacker. He is capable of making tackles in space. He can fill a hole. He reads the run very well, Gary, and can be an effective player. And it's going to be interesting to see how these key playmakers affect the game tonight as they take on the Millwood Falcons tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Coach Franklin said right away that, hey, this is a team that will more than likely make the playoffs, right? Again, in our district, that basically means that he expects for them to finish in the top 3. So, it's a first little intermediate test, I think, for the Falcons. I mean, I think the test of test on our schedule is going to be against OCS. That's going to be the caliber of team that I think that will really tell us where we are, other than the Heritage Hall game, which was the first game of the season. So, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Let's see how the coaching staff approaches the game. I'm really interested, Bo, in watching to see what we do offensively, and then, of course, how defense responds.
How the defense responds is key to me, and I'm interested to see how that goes. The defense has been setting the tone. Last time I was able to call a game, you got to call a game with my good pal Swick last week.
Yep. Had fun with Swick last week.
And so now I'll be interested to see, when we were up in good old Chisholm, America, the defense, and Carlos Strong came out with a thunderous boom and set the tone. Even though the offense was good, the defense made the statements early in this game. So we'll see tonight how they set the tone. So Millwood is going to kick the ball coming from the north end zone, and they're going to punt the ball, of course, to the south side of the field, and that is where Newkirk is going to send their, looks like we have number 5, Daniel Harrison down there, as well as number 3, Dalton Osborne, getting that. And, of course, I just talked about Mr. Osborne, and he is extremely talented, and we'll talk about that. The Falcons are set to put the ball in play. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night Football, presented by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony. And kicking the ball off for the Falcons is number 21, Zaire Fisher. Fisher puts it in play. The ball is going to be received at the 18-yard line and then handed off to the up-back, who is also back there, and making a return all the way out to the 45-yard line. Very impressive return there by number 20, Caleb Free. Yeah, he has his hair. You can see him running free down the sideline there.
Yeah. He was actually running with a lot of aggression, a lot of intent, and really good return. I mean, right away now, the Millwood Falcons kicking team or kickoff team, they need to really tighten that up in terms of coverage.
Normally, when the Falcons see these teams from different areas of the state, smaller towns, I'm going to say, they come out with the spread formation, 4 receivers, trips to the left, ball is snapped, and they hand the ball and going right up the middle is a ball carry by Dalton Osborne, the running back. He's going to take the ball ahead for a gain of about 3 yards, setting up 2nd down and 7, Gary.
But tackle was made by Prince Gabriel on the play. That was just simple inside zone play. Millwood comes out in a 3-4 look tonight, which is a little bit different. They normally would play a multiple 4-3, but now they've come out with a 3-4 look.
Now, what I said is normally these teams don't always have speed. Let me tell you, Newkirk has speed. 4 receivers, trips to the left, ball snap, and trying to find some space to operate. Carlos Strong can't corral the quarterback. He rolls to the right side and then fires it down the side.
Interception.
And the pass is incomplete. They're saying the ball was...
No, that was an interception.
They said it was caught, but they're saying that it was caught out of bounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would have been a great play.
Kenneth Childs made a play on that one.
Yeah, Kenneth Childs made a great break on the ball, but I guess he didn't have 1 foot in.
So now going to work, 3rd down and 7. It's officially 11:08 to go in the first quarter. We've got 4 receivers, trips to the left side. And quarterback for the team, of course, is Shady Pankey. He's the starting quarterback tonight because I've just been given word that Clayton is injured. So now going to work now
Yeah, that was option over the right side.
Option over the right side, for no gain.
Yeah, Kenneth Childs again, second play in a row by him.
4th down and 7. And so now they're going to pump the ball away, and Daniel Harrelson is going to kick the ball away for Newkirk. Now they're lining up in a traditional, looks like a pass formation. And back to receive the ball at the 20-yard line is Ricky Hunt Jr. Kick is away, and Hunt's going to field it.
No, it touched Hunt.
And Hunt picks it up off the carpet after the ball hit him. And there was almost catch interference. He wasn't given an opportunity to catch or field that ball, Gary.
Yeah, well, it touched him, and so it would have been a live ball. Great heads-up play by Ricky Hunt Jr. You know, the Falcons tonight are playing in a different combination that I'm not used to seeing. Blue tops, white trim, gray bottoms, Mo.
Okay, all right. It's a new night.
With pink socks.
With pink socks in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's right.
So now 1st and 10 for the Falcons tonight. So C.J. Turnbull stands in shotgun. 2 receivers split, 2 backs in the backfield. Ball snapped, they fake it. Going to throw it to the outside and swings it. Nice catch and run. He's still on his field fighting ahead as the catch was made on that play by Dylan Daniels.
Yeah, that was a good catch made by Daniels. Again, the Falcons coming out immediately throwing the football on 1st down.
And that's going to give them a 1st down of what they're going to mark the ball. Looks like the 29-yard line, Gary. Nice gain on the play. Gain of almost 14 yards on the play thanks to the extra effort by Daniels. Cost of formation, we're going to hand the ball to Ricky Hunt on the next following play. Ricky Hunt takes it up for a gain of 2 or 3 yards beyond the 30-yard line. Ricky Hunt with the carry. Getting his name called for the first time tonight. We'll see what he can do as he takes the ball out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was actually a play that wasn't blocked up very well. Ricky got hit just as soon as he got the ball.
All right, doing work now. We've got 3 receivers. 2 in the backfield. Twins to the left for Turnbull. CJ drops back, looks to the left, fires out. Pass is complete. Sarah Sunbath with the catch, taking the ball beyond the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Or check that, make that the 36-yard line. But a pass and catch.
Like a pass play for about a gain of 3 yards. It looks like the Falcons are coming out with high percentage route concepts, but I'd like to see them get a little bit more depth on their route running so that the passes will be worth the risk.
Now, Sarah Sunbath caught the ball, and they took it to what has been spotted as the 36, setting up 3rd down and 3. Falcons now in the...
That looks like it's a 3-back set.
It's a 3-back set with two receivers split, one on either side. Coming across the formation now. The tight end, and coming from the backfield, and a high tackle around the helmet. I never liked those. But the Tigers are able to corral what looks to be Deshaun Buford, who was lined up in the backfield, and they broke that play up, and he pursued and got him from the backside there, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that play. I mean, it was obviously the broken diamond formation where they actually motioned across, but then they had no backside protection at all on that play. It looked like it would have been like a blast or a power. But, again, it just wasn't – it's a poorly designed play. I mean, it wasn't blocked up well at all.
4th down and 8. So now the Falcons will punt the ball away this time. And Fisher kicks it. It's a low punt, but it takes a nice Falcon bounce. It's going to be down to inside the 30, and they're going to say it's down right about the 27-yard line. So the kick is away. Millwood 27, change of possession there, Gary. No return on the play. You're talking about, a kick on that one of, what was it? Oh, my goodness, I did that wrong on my stat sheet. But we're set to go here with Newkirk getting the ball here.
Looked like it had been 37 yards.
Yes. Ball at the 27.
Yeah, that
incomplete pass there.
Yeah, pass intended for Gunnar Cole. And Ricky Hunt Jr. on the coverage there.
Okay, that last kick was a kick of 42 yards. So let me get that, make sure I got that right. Incomplete pass, so 2nd down and 10 now. So 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Shotgun formation.
Option right.
And they're going to do the option that nearly in the backfield, nearly broken up. Who was back there?
Yeah,
Miko Levine was right there. Could have almost got the ball pitched right to him.
Right. Miko did a really good job of playing the pitch a little bit. The problem with it is that he missed the pitch itself and didn't tackle anybody. So, do one or the other, Miko. Force the pitch or take the pitch man.
3rd down and 9. 4 receivers split on either side. 2 on either side. Going to fake
move. Double move.
Carlos Strong pursuing the quarterback, flushes him out to the left side. He's looking for somebody. Can't get it off, and he tries to throw it and get it in the hands of number 17, Gunnar Cole, the senior wide receiver, but he's unable to make the catch, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, this little quarterback, his name is Shaden Pankey. He's quite the runaround type guy. I mean, he doesn't sit still in the pocket. He moves around, gets out on the edge, tries to make a play.
You know what his antics remind me of? We'll talk about it on the next possession, but I'll just throw it out there. His antics remind me of a creative quarterback, kind of like a Baker Mayfield in terms of thinking with your head, looking to make a play. Now, Shankopotamus on the punt. That is not the name of the kicker, by the way. The name of the kicker was Daniel Harrison, but he did have a Shankopotamus punt.
That's about a 15-yarder.
And he's going to put it at midfield, 1st and 10, the Falcons from that spot, Gary.
Yeah, that kick came right off the side of the foot of the punter and it probably went about, 15, 20 yards, Mo?
I don't even think it went that far, Gary. I don't really think it went that far. So you're talking about, a kick of 22 yards.
Okay, 22 yards. So 3-back system again.
So again, Meach comes in motion across the formation, but CJ's going to put it up. He's got a man streaking down the field. Can he hit him? And that ball was well defended. What a play there by Gunnar Cole.
Yeah.
I mean, he had great position. He tracked the ball down, Gary, reached with his left-handed direct and deflected the deep pass by CJ, who led his receiver a little bit too much on the inside on that one.
Yeah, also, too, I'm watching CJ throw the ball. CJ is still he's not transferring his weight in his throw. He's still sitting heavy on his back foot. He needs to transfer that weight as he throws the ball.
So 2nd down and 10. 4 receivers for the Falcons this time, 3 to the left. CJ is looking for it. He's got it. Steps back in the pocket, fires. And they were trying to do a quick screen play. Pass was intended for number 84, Tyshawn Buford on that play. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Yeah, that was, again, I'm keeping stats on the number of times Millwood chooses to pass the ball versus throw the ball.
Pass the ball versus run.
I'm sorry, pass versus run. Yeah, sorry, Mo. And so, again, that's 2 pass plays in a row where there's been no gain for the Falcons. 3rd down and long.
3rd down and long, 3 receivers, twins to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. One of them comes in motion across the formation to the right. Sets up. Ball snaps. CJ looks left, throws, fires over the middle of the field. Pass was intended for Cato Sirasumbath. Pass incomplete. Ball drops out of the hand of Landon Vapp, who really had probably the easiest interception opportunity he's ever going to get.
Right. The ball hit him right in the chest.
But luckily for the Falcons, it's incomplete. So we did 3 straight passes on that drive there, Gary.
Yeah, we did. 3 straight passes, no gain.
4th down and 10. 6:38 to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Got 2 receivers. Not 2 receivers. I was saying 2 gunners on the outside.
Right.
Fisher. And the ball snapped over Fisher's head. He's trying to corral it. He's at his own 20-yard line. And Newkirk is going to bring him down right about the 21-yard line. The ball was snapped about 5 feet over his head. He had no chance. At least he tracked it down and did a good job on that one. But that's tough. Tough for the Falcons there.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that cannot happen. You were in, even if you didn't get the punt off, given the field position, but a bad snap like that over the head of the punter puts you in a real bad pinch. Now, the defense has to answer. Remember we talked about that in pregame, Mo?
Yes.
Defense now is in a situation. Let's see if they can get a stop. And right now, it doesn't look like they're covering down. There we go. Covering down on trips very well.
All right, the ball was originally stopped, or he was brought down what would have been the 23-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he is, and that's where Newkirk sets up shop 1st and 10.
Got a gain of about 2 yards on that first play.
So the first play, inside zone read down to the 19-yard line.
Yep. Now they're going to stay in that trips formation. They're trying to pull people out of the box for the Falcons.
So a rush
Swung the ball out on the edge. Good tackle by Xavier Thompson.
So Xavier Thompson coming up from the cornerback position as Newkirk try to get the ball on the edge. Nothing doing there as they bring him down, and that is Daniel Harrelson who comes down there.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle by Xavier Thompson. He read that all the way and just slid down there from that safety spot and fit up real nicely and made the tackle.
Gain of 19, so it now is officially third down.
Third down and 7.
Third down and 7. Ball is snapped. Going to swing it to the outside.
Oh,
the ball was
almost
nearly intercepted.
Yeah, Miko Levine got a hand on it.
Miko got a hand on it, so that is how that one stops. So you're looking at a situation now of 4th down. And Newkirk is going to go ahead and go for it here. 5:25 to go, 0-0 is the score. They come out with 3 receivers, twins to the left side. And we've got Shaden Pankey with 3 receivers. Ball snap. Pankey's going to roll to the near side. He's being pursued and flyers it down the line.
No
and that pass is incomplete, intended for Layden Vapp. That pass is incomplete, so turnover on downs, and the Falcons will take over. Once again, Gary, you know, a situation. Now, I feel kind of crazy. In pregame, I spent all the time talking about what the special teams have been impressive, and what do you get? You get the defense making a play for you on this side.
Well, you know, I don't know why you try to disagree with me. You just need to just go ahead and give it up to old coach.
Is that what I need to do?
Yeah, I mean, hell, I've only been doing this for 30 years.
Only.
I mean, you know, I call it how I see it, you know.
So CJ in shotgun, ball snapped, and now CJ's going to hand the ball to Ricky Hunt. Ricky Hunt at the 20, turns the corner at the 25, he's at the 30, he's at the 40, he's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30. You're not going to catch him to the house. Ricky Hunt Jr., touchdown Falcons.
Okay, can I just make a comment, Mo? Fantastic run by Ricky Hunt Jr. I don't understand why the Falcons got to come out and try to throw the ball. I mean, just in terms of play call, they threw the ball 5 times so far in the game and ran the ball 3 times. And on the 3rd run, Ricky breaks it for what, 67 yards?
On that particular play, it is 81 yards.
81 yards. I mean,
81 yards to the house.
I know you want to work on the pass plays. I get it. And I'm down for that. But don't kill your drive trying to work on it. You know you can run it, be creative in your run, and take your shots. Just acknowledge the fact that you are a run football team, and there's no shame in that at the 2A and 3A level. Run the ball, take your shots when you want to take your shots.
Our first penalty of the game goes against Newkirk. Type is going to be, of course, offsides, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. So they're going to put the ball right about the 2-yard line. So they're going to move the ball down. So 1 penalty so far and 5:05 to go. The Falcons are going for 2. The Wild Falcon, if you will, or the Wild Bird, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. The Wildcat formation, Ricky Hunt behind center.
And so Ricky Hunt gets it, goes right ahead into the end zone.
Did he get it?
For the 2-point conversion. So Ricky Hunt getting the job done, as he puts the 2-point conversion up on the board, and the Falcons now lead by the score of 8-0. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the drive recap in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health of St. Anthony. Welcome back to Millwood Falcon Football. The Falcons just took it downtown. 1 play from the 19-yard line to 81-yard touchdown and drive scored by Ricky Hunt Jr.
Beautiful run by Ricky Hunt
This
Jr. I mean, he turned on the Jets and looked like the D1 prospect that he is, outside zone play. He just outran him.
And this scoring recap is being brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service. Get their Weed Killer special for $49. Call them 405-767-3382. Kickoff is away.
High onside, right in the middle of the field.
Going to be fielded inside the 30 at the 27 and returned out to the 34-yard line.
Not bad, not bad. Anytime that you can get a kickoff return that's not, past the 35-yard line, that's a good deal. That was good coverage on the kicking team.
Good job on the kicking team, so it's 1st and 10 for the Newkirk. And we were talking about Shaden Pankey before we left. I liken him to college, and I know he's not a great pro, but Josh Rosen, the creative mindset, everything's an opportunity to make a play, use your energy against you. 4 receivers this time, and Pankey's going to put his hand, and nothing doing this time as he's met by Jordan Johnson, who takes him down with some vengeance on that play, bringing the wood at the wood tonight.
Now, tackle for loss, he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. So let me take a moment to talk a little bit about these two players, man. Jordan Johnson and Prince Gabriel. These two young sophomores, these are the guys who were playing as true freshmen last year, and they were kind of fighting for their lives last year, but now, as sophomores, these guys are actually holding their own and playing extremely well. That's an investment that the coaching staff made last year by giving them game time that's paying dividends right now.
2nd down and 12. 2 receivers.
Interception.
And a one-handed interception. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did. Mr.
Going up
Chaz
and grabbed
Doolin.
it with one hand. Chaz Doolin palmed the ball and brought it down right before it got to the receiver's grasp. An unbelievable interception on that play. He contorted his body, put his hand up,
Did
and
you say
that.
contort?
He did just that.
He got up there with the left hand. One hand on me. He got one hand on him, man. Eddie Murphy style. He palmed that ball, brought it in. Beautiful, beautiful job. Kind of remind you of old Antonio Gates. Remember him, the big tight end? They used to get up there and make plays like that. And guess what? Defense gives the ball to him.
Antonio Gates didn't contort. I'm just going to say it like,
yeah, he did.
No, he didn't contort.
But the defense has given the offense the ball on the 41-yard line going in.
First turnover of the night. 3 receivers, twins to the left side. CJ with 2 backs in the backfield.
Busted play.
And Ricky Hunt went wrong, or somebody went wrong.
Somebody did something wrong.
Pays the price as the Tiger defense gets back there again, and for the second time with a nice loss on the play. They're going to bring him down at what will be the 47-yard line on that play.
The thing that bothers me about that play, Mo, is they missed the handoff, but then we had 2 D linemen that were crushing the quarterback almost immediately, and to me, we should be blocking a little bit better than that up front.
Should be. Might have thought we were, but not on that play.
Offsides. Who are they going to call that on?
So, it looks like.
Yeah, it was on Newkirk.
So the penalty's on Newkirk. So Newkirk has had that. And this time, we talk about the sack, and that moved the ball to the 47, and then you get some good yardage back. And then you get a penalty, giving it right back to you, offsides against the defense. And now CJ's going to put it up, looking for Sarah Sunbath coming across the middle of the field. The pass is incomplete, excuse me.
Yeah, the ball was deflected. Pretty good coverage. He had the look that he wanted, but, Sarah Sunbath was actually drawing double coverage, which is odd that the slot would actually have 2 defensive backs covering him. But, for whatever reason, it worked out that way.
So we're looking at the situation now following the penalty. The ball is at the 42-yard line. Screenplay in the middle of the field to Ricky Hunt. Ricky Hunt makes 1, 2, 3 Tigers miss. He's walking down the sideline, folks, before he's finally bumped at the sideline near the 15. Make that the 15-yard line. What a play. What a catch and run there by Ricky Hunt.
That play was well set up because the offensive line of the Falcons did a really good job of selling that screenplay. I mean, Newkirk bit that thing hook, line, and sinker. So, in fact, as my brother would say, they swallowed the hook on that one. And Ricky, really had the ball in great space.
3:11 to go. 8-0 Millwood leads. We've got right now
Miko Levine checking into the game at running back.
So we got 2 backs in the backfield right now. 3 receivers, twins to the left side. Ball snapped. CJ puts it in the belly of Miko. Miko dances up and up the middle into the end zone.
Right
Touchdown.
Through. Wow.
Touchdown, Big Meech.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if he rumbled, but he sure did stumble and bumble all the way to end zone.
Yeah, Big Meech, for a big guy, he really does have great vision. And he just kind of went left, and he saw an opportunity to cut back. He just slipped right back through the cracks and walked right in the end zone. Great carry by Miko Levine.
Great carry by Meech. So now we've got the Wild Falcon again with Ricky Hunt as the quarterback. Falcons up 14-0. And coming across the formation is Meech. And now Ricky Hunt's going to throw it in the corner of the end zone.
Mercy.
And the pass
There wasn't nobody over there. He threw it over everybody's head.
Incomplete. A little too much pepper on that one. But nonetheless, it's time for us to take another break. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony. A 3-play, 41-yard drive following a beautiful, contorting interception by Chaz Doolin.
Chaz Doolin looked like an absolute pro on that play. It was beautiful.
He
couldn't ask for a more athletic play.
You name me whoever you like, linebacker, strong safety, who has tremendous ball skills, and he did it on that play, folks.
Yeah, that was one of those.
Scoring recap brought to you again by A-Plus Lawn Service. Make sure you give them a call if your lawn is in need of service. Kickoff is away, ball fielded inside the 20-yard line and
Good
returned.
Tackle. Yeah, there we go.
Out to what will be
27.
the 27-yard line.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what you want. I mean, who's my guy, the safety that played with the Baltimore Ravens, Hall of Famer, probably one of the best safeties in the NFL.
So the ball is out. You said out.
Ed Reed.
Yeah. That's a great one.
That's what Ed. Ed Reed is that was the kind of play, an Ed Reed type play.
Pankey has the ball, now going to put it in the belly, and he's heading the hole by Chaz Doolin amongst other Falcons.
But we got to bring him down.
And then he moves the pile.
Yeah, he does.
So they're not able to hit him and drive him back. So a great run there. Low to the ground, great run there by number 45. That was Colt Stone with the run there.
Guess who just checked in the game?
Who is that, Gary?
Cameron Carter. He's been out for like the last 3 weeks with an AC sprain of his shoulder, and now he's checking into the game.
So 2nd down and 3. Ball snap. Pankey's going to put in the hand of Stone again.
Goes right in and makes a play.
Right through the middle of that Falcon defense, and he takes the ball out to the 41-yard line. That's going to be a first down, one of the first downs of the night for the Tigers.
Yeah, tackled by Cameron Carter, who's been out, with injury. So I guess he's trying to get in and get him a little taste to get himself back acclimated to the game. Talked to defense coordinator Donovan Woods this week. He says that they're going to take it easy with Cameron.
All right, coming back. Pankey in the backfield. He makes 1, 2, 3 Falcons.
We got him.
And he takes. He should have been sacked for a 4-yard loss. But credit to Shaden Pankey, who weaved, bobbed, and skirted, and got out of a few tackles, taking the ball out to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he actually scrambled.
So he lost no yards on the play.
Yeah, he made lemonade out of that lemon. Big time.
So now, 4 receivers, trips to the left side. Pankey in shotgun formation with 1:18 on the clock. Ball snap, and now the ball in the hand at this time. Nothing doing that time for Colt Stone.
Yeah, he ran right into Carlos Strong and ran into George Johnson.
So that's what happened when a Stone reaches a Strong?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, it's called nowhere.
Nowhere, okay.
Yeah.
A loss of 1 on the play. So 3rd down and 11. All right, 4 receivers, trips to the left side for Pankey. With 14 seconds on the play clock, Pankey stops back in the pocket.
Double move.
He has
no
plenty
pass
of time.
rush. No
He's
pass
doing
rush.
taxes, throws wide open to the middle of the field, and he had too much time.
Wow.
Leighton Vapp. I mean, when I say there was no pass rush, he is
none. No pass rush whatsoever. I was sitting there like, what in the world is going on? This guy's back there baking bread.
Yeah, making sandwiches or something.
Yeah. I mean, he could have fried a turkey and everything.
Okay, but if it was November, I'd buy that. But Daniel Harrison is going to kick this ball away.
What you talking about, man? We just fried a turkey this past weekend at my camping trip.
Okay. We leave that talk for about 3 weeks from now, Gary, when it gets close.
Hey, man, that's the picture right there.
Okay, but that's all right. You just look at pictures. Stop thinking about turkey. All right, kick is away by Harrelson. He got a much better kick. This one back.
Xavier
Thompson. And Thompson, because he did not corral it cleanly, is going to be brought down inside the 30-yard line at about the 27. So, change of possession. Ball was fielded right about the 24. And Xavier Thompson returns it out to the 27. And that is where the Falcons were set up shop. 1st and 10.
Yeah, so let's see what the Falcons dial up offensively. You know, I think that they can run the football dominantly, and I think if they commit to doing that, it would open up pass opportunities.
4 receivers, trips to the left side. Ball is snapped, and CJ double clutches and then finally completes. Oh, he didn't complete it.
Yeah,
bounced right off his shoulder pad.
Yeah, it was a good throw. It was a good throw, but just couldn't quite bring it in.
So Turnbull's pass was intended for Sarah Sunbath, incomplete, 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons. With just 11 seconds to go, we might have one more play before the end of the 1st quarter. 4 receivers, trips to the left side. Ricky Hunt in the backfield, single back formation. Ball is snapped. CJ fakes, going to swing it to the outside. Xavier Thompson catches it on an inside screen play and takes the ball ahead out to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line.
Nicely done.
Short of the 1st down, but close yardage there. And that will be the final play of the 1st quarter as the ball is at the 36-yard line.
I think they might get one more off, Mo.
5 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock.
Nope, they ain't gonna make it.
And that will end the 1st quarter of play, with the Falcons leading by the score of 14-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health of St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
Welcome back to Millwood Falcon Football. Want to take a look and evaluate the 1st quarter. Bring it to you by Heritage Funeral Home.
Yep.
Chris and Christy Harrison. In your time of need, let the professionals, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, take care of you and your loved one. Call today, 405-424-5100. What is your biggest takeaway from the first quarter?
Well, my biggest takeaway is that, number one, defense is playing well. Number two, we can run the football. But when I look at the pass-run ratio, the Falcons have passed the ball 10 times, only ran the ball 5 times, and all of our scores have come from run plays. So, it's 14-0. We've run the ball 5 times, and there you have it.
All right, 3 receivers on a third down. It's not third down and 1. Trying to figure out why. There must have been a penalty, but never mind. Ricky Hunt Jr. is still on his feet, moving a pile across midfield. It's going to be brought down at the Tiger. It looks like the Tiger 47-yard line.
Beautiful run for about 18 yards. Can't argue with that.
What a play again by Ricky Hunt Jr. He has another gear, Gary, and if he finds it, there could be some great things here.
Well, they can't let him get up to full speed because if he does that, good luck,
So they're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line. It will be a Falcon first down. 3 receivers. The inside slot receiver comes in motion, but CJ's going to put it up. Has a receiver open on the 9 route down the sideline. Off the fingertips of Dylan Daniel, but a lot of hand contact there by Landon Vapp. No call on the play.
Yeah, Dylan Daniels was kind of open, and then he had to hold up. But here's the thing, though, too. He only put one hand up to try to receive that ball. You need to put 2 hands up. If you can put 1 up, you can put 2 up.
Needless to say, 2nd down and 10 now. But do we have a flag on the play? Okay. So what do we have here? I didn't see the call. Gary, did you see the call?
I didn't see it either.
Okay, so it's a legal shift. Or is that after the play? Isn't it first down then?
Don't have a clue. 5-yard penalty, so it must have been.
Yeah, it had to be. So that play comes off the tape. Penalty against the Falcons here. Taking the ball back to the 48-yard line into the backfield. Backside pursuit. And down he goes as trying to get it back to Ricky Hunt. Pursuing on the backside with Devin Bruce. And Devin Bruce, what a job. That's the linebacker we talked about in pregame. Made a tremendous tackle on that play.
Yeah, they're running that outside zone play. They're not accounting for that backside end, and that guy is really scraping, coming off the edge real fast. And, so they have to account for that some kind of way. They need to really pre-snap look at it and see, where that pressure is coming from, that run blitz is coming from.
All right, going to throw it up. CJ throws it deep. Trying to hit, and it bounces off the right shoulder pad down the seam route as Xavier Thompson was streaking right down on the inside slot, right down the hashes, and that pass is incomplete, Gary.
Yeah, you know what? What was crazy is that you had 2 routes going at the same time, both of them go routes. You had a guy who was covering the corner come off the corner and go to the seam route where the safety was and still made the play. So the play call was a very good play call. But the route wasn't – those receivers were too close to one another. It should have been the outside receiver should have taken that guy closer down towards the sideline so that he couldn't have gotten there.
Fisher kicks the ball away, takes a Falcon bounce. What a nice bounce.
Roll, baby, roll.
Rolls
baby,
inside the 10-yard line, and he touches it at the 7-yard line.
I know. He needs to get out of the way.
He didn't know where he was on the field, Gary.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he didn't know where it was.
His teammates have reminded him, hey, man, move out the way.
The ball is received at the 7-yard line, or downed at the 7-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So 1st and 10 now. So 1st and 10. So 93 yards they have to go. Want to thank Big O's Pork and Dreams.
Yes, sir.
Best barbecue in Oklahoma City. If you've not had the famous Fat Butt, then you haven't lived.
Or the Big Nasty.
You haven't tried Big O's Pork and Dreams. 2 locations, Edmond and Midwest City. All right, going to work right now. Ball with a nice run on that play.
Yeah, it was.
Dalton Osborne again puts his head down, gets to the outside. Does he get to the 20?
Yes, he does.
Or near the 20.
Well, yeah, he is enough for a first down.
He's going to take the ball to the 19-yard line. And slowly but surely, Gary, the Tigers are finding ways to get the ball on the ground and finding some holes in that Falcon run game. 4 receivers now.
Okay, good.
So this time the Falcon defense gets stout. Carlos Strong goes right up the middle and slams the door.
Yeah, they tried to run a counter trap up inside. Right now, the Millwood 3-4, they're playing a 0 and 2, what we call 5 techniques. Both of those tackles are sitting on the outside shoulder of defensive tackles are sitting on the outside shoulder there.
And now Pankey rolls to the right side, has a receiver open, and that pass is going to be caught.
Yep.
As he rolls right, fires right to Daniel Harrison, who did a nice out route on that play.
Yeah,
and will take it out to the 25-yard line, gain of 6.
Yeah, coverage on the play was provided by Willie Mays. He was there to make the tackle, but that was just a simple flood concept to the outside third. And, so we're just a little slow getting there covering it.
So 3rd down and 4. Pankey in shotgun formation has 4 receivers, trips to the left side. Ball snap, Pankey's going to roll to the left this time, fires left.
No,
has a receiver and deflects and not able to get it, but then a flag comes in.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know how they can throw that flag, Gary, considering the ball was deflected.
I know the ball, and it was thrown from this
from the back judge.
Yeah, but he wants to call a holding before the throw. And they're calling holding. So the defensive back got caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
So it's going to be a defensive penalty, defensive holding. And it will be a first down as they march the ball out to the 35-yard line.
Wow. 8:33.
14-0 is the score. 8:33 to go before the end of the first half. Falcons on top. Pankey in shotgun formation with 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. And the inside slot comes in motion, and they're going to hand the ball off once again.
Nothing doing.
To Daniel Osborne. He may get 1. They may be nice and give him 1. But more than likely he's not going to get that. He's going to take the ball out to the 36-yard line, so they did exactly that, gave him just 1 yard. So 2nd down and 9.
I like the fact that Coach Donovan Woods is staying with the base 3-4 look right here. Would like to see him, do a little bit of movement with the defensive interior, do like some 2-eye looks and some head-up forward looks. Ooh.
And trying to set up a screen play. They were trying to run a pick play.
Had a new, was that 20? Okay, 25.
No, it was still there. Okay. Landon Hay was trying to run and cross up Chaz Doolin. They wanted to swing it out to the outside to Landon Vapp, but Vapp wasn't expecting the pass, so it's incomplete. 3rd down and 9.
Right.
So 4 receivers now. 1 back in the backfield from Shaden Pankey. Pankey drops back, looks right, pressure being, he throws it up high.
Oh my goodness, he just throws a teardrop.
And
interception,
it's going to be intercepted, but it's going to be caught out of bounds.
I mean, he just throws a Hail Mary, Mo.
I mean, he just lofted up there, and that's very dangerous to do with the Falcon defense, but nonetheless.
Especially when your receiver is the shortest guy out there. You know what I mean?
So 4th down and 9 is what it will be. And now Daniel Harrelson is going to punt the ball away as Xavier Thompson, sporting his pink cleats, walks back toward the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he got some pink wraps on him. I mean, I'd love to see Xavier get a clean look, right? Because you know how dangerous he can be with the ball.
Harrelson's punt.
Oh, they're going to give him a shot. They're going to give Xavier.
And it bounces off his pad, and it's going to be recovered by Pankey.
Oh, my goodness. Xavier Thompson, I cannot believe that is so unlike him.
It bounced right off his shoulder pads. He took his eye off the ball for a second. And that's all it took.
That's all it takes. I guess that's what happens when you blink, right?
But the officials
Is there a flag down?
There's a flag, but they're going to, I guess it's flag on the field here. Let's see what it is. It's holding against the Falcons. That penalty is declined.
That doesn't help us, yeah.
So at the end of that, the ball was fielded at the 34, ricochets, and it's going to come to the 36-yard line. So 36-yard line.
Man. All right, so the Falcon defense now has it back up against the wall again.
So 1st and 10
36-yard line.
After the Xavier Thompson fumble. So 4 receivers, trips to the left side, 7:16 to go, 14-0 is the score. Ball snap. Pankey's going to evade Miko Levine. I mean, he is sneaky good. Pankey's going to fire downfield as a receiver open.
Oh, great play by Sarah Sunbat.
But great recovery by Sarah Sunbat.
Yeah.
Pankey does great at extending plays. If you want a guy who can find different things going on, that's what you want.
Well, you know, again, I think one of the things that the defense must do is they need to settle down and keep this guy on the inside shoulder, Mo. Not let him squirt out to the outside like that. And I think that's what's happening is that the guys are coming in
They're
too
not
thin.
used to the quarterback being able to he has great pocket presence. He's feeling the pressure and escape.
He's a scrambling type guy, you know, but
before things get started, a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be false start against.
Yeah, but those guys have to realize that you can't just shoot straight in on him. You kind of got to hem a guy like that up and then close the pocket around him. You see what I'm saying, Mo?
So the false start penalty is going to move the ball back out to the what will be the 41-yard line. So 2nd down and 15, 6:56 to go. 4 receivers, trips to the left side for Pankey. Pankey drops back in the pocket, is going to throw it up. He moves to the left, fires one deep.
Sarah Sunbath is there.
And
good
again,
coverage.
Trying to get it in the hands that time of number 17, Gunnar Cole.
Yeah.
That pass is incomplete.
Sarah Sunbath on the coverage, and he's being pretty stingy over there at that right cornerback position.
He's showing good recovery speed.
Yeah.
And what's happening, folks, is Shade and Pankey. If you're watching online, you should make sure you go to the Millwood Falcon YouTube page and watch this game live. But for sure, what you will see is that Pankey is putting too much air underneath the ball.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's taking it a second longer to get to its destination, which is giving ample opportunity to the Falcons. This time, option as he pitches the ball.
No, fumble.
And the ball is knocked loose. And the Falcons say they have it.
There it is. And they do have it.
And running the ball that time was Cole Stone, who we haven't heard his name in a minute. He carries the ball down to the 40-yard line and then fumbles as the ball's knocked loose and recovered on that play.
Yeah, no, that was an option play that was stripped. That was really, really good play by the Falcon defenders. Getting their hands in there, stripping that ball. I mean, that's one of the dangers of running the option, right? Is that, you know, when you pitch that ball, you pitch it backwards, and then there's an opportunity there for the ball to get knocked free.
So Dedrick Jones recovers the ball for the Falcons. So now we've got 4 receivers. And CJ drops back in the pocket, pressure being applied. He's going to fire the ball deep over the middle of the field. He's got Xavier Thompson.
Oh, and he drops it.
And Sarah Sunbat, and the Falcons failed to connect on that play. Sarah Sunbat streaking down the field wide open, pass incomplete.
Oh, no, Sarah Sunbat had his guy beat, I mean, badly. So I'm really shocked that he couldn't bring that one in. That's unlike him to not make that play.
6:32 to go. All right, so we've got 3 receivers now. Twins to the right side.
2 back.
And now, ball is snapped. And they fake the handoff as CJ with the quarterback keeper tries to run to the outside. And he cannot get away. Good open field tackle that time by Dylan Osborne on that play.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a yard, but it was a good look. One-on-one like that, the advantage is supposed to go to the offensive player, but, you know, we missed one, so.
Now, also, that was a good pancake on the outside there. Looked like by
it was
by
set up
Searles.
Nice. Yeah, it was set up nicely, Mo. We just couldn't make one guy miss.
So, third down and our second.
No, that should be a penalty. Come on, give it to me. Nothing.
So here we
Oh
go.
man.
So the officials not swallowing the whistle on that play. 4 receivers trips to the left side. Ball is snapped. CJ's going to fake it. Double move, throws it down. And this time,
dropped again.
Dropped again, coming across the middle of the field. As Tyshawn Buford had his chance at it. And CJ's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to get the ball in your hand?
I don't have a clue. I just don't have a clue. But that was a good look. It was there. We just got to catch the football.
We got to do something there, Gary. I mean, that was tough.
Yeah.
Fourth down.
Hey, it's just 14-0. I mean, I'd be trying to figure out a way to run the football.
And now, late substitution in. 5:39 to go. 14-0 is the score. CJ has 12 seconds on the play clock. Falcons are getting set. Snap. CJ steps back. Middle screen pass to Ricky Hunt Jr. Makes one at the 50. Comes on down to the 45. And he's going to be forced out of bounds close to the 42-yard line, but it will be enough for a Falcon first down at the 44-yard line.
Hey, you know what they always say, man. If you want to win, put Ricky and Miko in. That's what they say.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. If you want to win, put Ricky and Miko in. That's what it is.
All right, down to the 44-yard line is where it's going to spot the ball. So getting it down there, it's first down and 10 for that spot.
You know, with all this passing that's going on tonight, I'm surprised they haven't given any to Iverson McElwee. I mean, he's been very productive from the tight end and H-back position in the passing game.
There's plenty of time in the game left, Gary. It's 5:22.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see it.
3 receivers, twins to the left side. 2 backs in the backfield. Xavier gets it on the end around play and is going to be brought down. Great tackle by Lane Mace, who brings him down for a big-time loss.
Yeah, lost about 6 yards on that one.
They're going to say the ball is going to have him back at midfield where he's going to be marked. Loss of 6 on that play.
Yeah. Second down and 15. As we would say around the domino table, 15.
4:44 to go.
Second down and 15.
So we've got 3 receivers now. Twins to the left. CJ and shotgun with 2 receivers. Ball snapped and CJ has to find it. Pressure being applied. Someone loses their helmet.
Somebody loses a helmet.
And now CJ's going to get hit multiple times. And he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line.
He loses another 4.
We lost a shoe, and a Falcon player lost his helmet on that play.
Yeah, I saw something rolling around out there. Okay, yeah. Gamble Smith, the freshman, his helmet was rolling around.
So the ball is now back at the the 45-yard line. So the Falcons lost 5 more yards.
Third down to 20.
So CJ, basically, it's going to be sacked on that play. That's how the play will stand as.
Right.
So third down at 21. CJ fires over the middle of the field, and this one is deflected.
Xavier Thompson.
In the hands of Xavier Thompson.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's going to take it to the house for a touchdown. If at first you can't catch it, let it bounce off your defender, and then you catch it.
Right.
We've been doing it wrong the whole way.
We got to let it get deflected off the defender before we catch it. You know, that's what it is, right? But, hey, excellent play by CJ. I mean, from CJ to Xavier, and we got 6. I'll take it.
All right. So, a pass play of what will be more than likely 55 yards for the touchdown here, and we've got Ricky Hunt set to run the wild bird.
Let's go, Ricky.
So Ricky Hunt looking for some space, gets a call change from the sideline. Falcons up 20-0, looking for more. And Ricky Hunt.
Oh, big hole.
Big hole, and then dives in where the contact is to score. But Ricky knows what he's doing. I trust him to do it more than I trust myself.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Hunt takes it in, and the two-point conversion is good. The Falcons lead 22
to nothing.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Holding off on getting your updated COVID vaccine? Not a good idea, especially if you're 50 or older. Did you know you're twice as likely to end up in the hospital? And 4 times more likely to die from COVID than younger adults. But an updated COVID vaccine can help you be there for what matters most. Get yours today. Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to Millwood Football. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call. 22-0 is the score. Your scoring recap brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. Get that $49 standard home lot weed killer service. We'll do it for the front and the back, and then you get $225 per acre. So give them a call today, 405-767-3382. 7-play, 60-yard drive, 55-yard touchdown pass. CJ, who's been trying to get something good to happen all night long.
Now,
listen, go ahead.
No fault of his own, right? He's actually thrown some really good balls, and the receivers just haven't reeled him in.
Right. And again, as a quarterback, you're saying, look, I'm trying to throw you a ball in stride.
Right.
Okay. But when it bounces off your hands, your shoulder pads, you can get frustrated as a quarterback.
Oh, most definitely.
Start saying a whole lot of things you don't need to say.
Especially when you're a young quarterback, right? That doesn't have a ton of experience. It's hard to keep your head up when you're making the throws under pressure and guys are just not coming up with them.
Fisher is going to kick this ball away. And it's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. And looking for something to do here, taking the ball out to what will be the 25-yard line. Nice return for about 5 yards on the play by Daniel Harrelson on the play. But, you know, I credit Xavier Thompson, Gary, for being in the moment. You know, when things aren't going your way, you have a tendency as a player sometime to check out.
Right.
And in this particular play, on the touchdown play, the ball definitely bounces off of another player.
Right.
You have to have immense concentration and focus to make the play.
Well,
you got to make I mean, that's one of those situations. Making lemon out of lemonade is fun. You could talk about it for a long time.
And that's honestly Xavier's mindset and attitude. You know, you slip up, he's gonna burn you.
Pankey's pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage, and that's a good job by the defense here. Carlos Strong is saying he's being held.
Yeah, that's particularly a good job by the defensive front. This time around, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but the interior guys pushed the pocket. The outside guys, they didn't shoot right in at him. They kind of corralled him up a little bit and made him stay in the pocket instead of flushing him out.
3:23 to go. Is 22-0 is the score. We've got 3 receivers, and now Pankey is going to hand the ball off
inside
the middle.
zone.
And Mr. Stone runs up the middle. He pays the price, but a good hit.
Yeah.
Great open field tackle that time. William Mays stepping up to make a play. Hasn't been able to mention his name. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Gain of 9.
Yeah, Willie did a great job of coming in and just fitting up nicely, put his shoulder pads at the waist level. You know, whenever you see that, I like seeing that kind of play from a safety.
2:55 to go before the end of the first half. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Pankey in shotgun formation with 1 back in the backfield next to his hip pocket to the left. And Pankey's going to roll right up the middle of the field, and this time he gets turned around. They said the ball is loose, and everybody's still scrambling for it. I thought Pankey was down, but the officials let them play on. Pankey was turned around, and his knee, I thought, hit the ground, but nonetheless, they're going to say that it still is Newkirk football.
Yes, because the Falcons, they almost scooped and scored but didn't handle the ball. You know, when the defense get used to scoring touchdowns, now that's what they're looking for instead of just recovering the ball. And they gave it right back to Newkirk.
So 4th down and 8, 2:09 to go. And they're going to punt the ball away this time. And Harrelson with a nice kick. And Xavier gets it on the run. He's already at the 50, and he takes a big shot. What a great open field tackle by Dalton Osborne.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was a good fit up, and Xavier didn't have much room to work.
And Xavier's still a little upset about the ball ricocheting off his shoulder pad there earlier, Gary.
Yeah, he's a guy that, expects a lot out of himself, and so he expects to make plays. He made plays all last year. He's made plays early in the season. So, he sets the bar high for himself. What's crazy is that he's like, 5'10", about 122 pounds, but he has the heart and tenacity of a lion.
So the ball's officially at the 48-yard line. We've got 4 receivers.
Somebody got to get on the line of scrimmage. There we go.
Trips to the left for CJ with 1:48 on the clock, 16 seconds to snap it. He gets it off. Xavier Thompson on a screen play. Dirts and follows his blockers well, taking the ball inside the 35-yard line down to what will be down to the 32-yard line, 1st down Falcons.
Like about a 12, 13-yard gain.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Good play. Good setup.
So
high percentage throw.
When you talk about plays, 16 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 receivers now. 4 receivers. Trips to the left. Miko Levine in the backfield next to CJ. CJ steps up in the pocket, then fires to the outside. Has a receiver in the end zone, and that pass is deflected as Ricky Hunt
to go to Ricky. Yeah.
Turned from went from receiver to quarterback.
Yeah.
And he did a good job knocking down that pass. But that pass is incomplete there, intended for Ricky Hunt. And Ricky Hunt, if they start lining him up on the outside like that, Gary, this is going to be some good stuff here, because that sets up the wide receiver screen play from the outside, which is just as good as a run for Ricky.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do with Ricky. Just get him the ball.
4 receivers.
Get that ball somewhere near him.
CJ in shotgun formation. He drops back in the pocket, throws in the middle of the field. And this time, Big Meech breaks, shakes out a 1.
Wow.
And jingle all the way. It's not Christmas yet as he takes the ball down inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line.
Do you know how hard it is to run out of the arms of a guy who has his arms around your waist? And Miko just completely broke the arms of the defender and just ran right through it.
3rd down and what will be 2. So we've got shotgun. 4 receivers, trips to the right, Big Meech, and single back to his hip pocket right. And now keeper. CJ with the edge. Quarterback sweep play. He turns the corner and takes it into the house for a touchdown. What a job by CJ. What a good play call that was.
Yes, sir.
As Meech went from hammerhead running back
to blocker,
and he did that, and it allowed the Falcons to turn the corner and scored the touchdown easily.
Yes.
As he scampers in for a 24-yard score on that play.
Yeah, that was actually a good play call, good lead blocking. They had the edge. I didn't know if he was going to score, but I knew it would be at least a good play for a significant gain.
Ricky Hunt with basically 19 seconds here. And we're going to stay here as the ball is snapped, and it looks like going to have a false start against the Falcons here. And that false start's going to move the ball back to the 8-yard line, so let's see what they decide to do here. So 20 seconds to make their mind up on what they'd like to do.
They still 12 seconds.
12 seconds on the clock, and now we're coming set.
Yeah.
Ricky Hunt running the wild Falcon.
There it is.
And they're going to roll right, and he fires it to the outside.
All by himself.
And Xavier Thompson's wide open.
Nicely done.
For the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
So Ricky Hunt connects to Xavier Thompson in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And the Falcons now lead 30-0. We're going to stay right here as we're only 19 seconds away from the end of the first half. First Security Bank is the proud sponsor. First Security Bank is here to serve the community and proud to be the only African-American owned bank in the state of Oklahoma. Let First Security Bank become your bank home, conveniently located at 1451 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. Call them during business hours, Monday through Friday, 405-424-4341, a member FDIC. Also want to thank Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home. In your time of need, let the professionals at Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home take care of you and your loved one. Call today. To learn more, call 405-424-5100. Fisher's getting ready to put the ball in play, Gary. And at this point, you just want to play all the way through. You don't want to make the mistake of...
Yeah, don't want to give up any score with 19 seconds left.
Also want to thank our community sponsors for today's game, David Threet's Hair Cafe, Cosmetology College, and Lemoore's Family First DUI School. All right, we're set to go here. They blew the play to start the clock. And now Zaire is about to kick this away. So here we go. And the kick is away.
Ooh,
Squib
I
kick
like that. I like
in the
that.
middle of the field.
I like that
And
kick.
it's picked up at the 15-yard line by Harrelson.
There
And
you
he's going
go.
to return
Good.
the ball out to what will be the 25-yard line.
I like that.
With 11 seconds on the play clock.
That's right. Anytime you can keep the ball behind the 35-yard line or shorter than the 35, that's a good coverage.
A return of 10 yards. I want to take that a step further, Gary, because to me, when the kick is made and the returner can't cleanly grasp the ball, that few seconds gives your defense or your coverage team a chance to get down there.
Most definitely.
So to me, I like it when it's not just an easy pick it up, an easy fielding play that allows them to go in motion here.
No, I'm with you. I like the ugly kick. That's what I just call it. I just call it an ugly kick all over the ground. Fit up. There we go. Good job.
And good open field tackle there as the ball was handed off to Colt Stone. And Stone is going to take the ball out to the 29-yard line, and that will be the last play of the first half. A gain of 4 is what we end on, and so we are officially here at halftime now. And it's time for us to take our break. We will be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
30 zip.
KRNP, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 11.4.
You know I'm going to be, well, Friday I'm going to be at the gala at the Omni Hotel, where I'm going to be able to see a lot of my classmates and also be able to spend some time with the alumni and donors of Langston University and celebrate and fundraise for scholarships for students at the university, as well as see Uncle Charlie Wilson live.
Oh, your uncle's going to be there.
He's everybody's uncle.
Okay, but the point is Uncle Charlie will be there.
Uncle Charlie going to be there.
So let's just take a few minutes here to look over a few things, Gary. What is your thoughts of the first half? And while you ponder that, let's thank our sponsors for tonight: Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rate Rod C, First Security Bank, Heritage Funeral Home, A+ Lawn Service, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation, Super Prep, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, and Lemoore's Family First DUI School. And while you're there, you might as well on your way, if you like sports, don't get enough sports talk, turn in to OKC CBS Sports Radio 105.3, where you get to hear the great Myron Patton. If you are an OU fan and don't get enough OU talk, you get no more than you get with James Hale.
You got that right.
And if you want some OSU talk, you know your main boy Jay Swig from the Morning Rush will do his best job to give you everything you need to know early in the morning to get you started on your day. And PJ Mills will take you home at night, so CBS Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. So what is your thoughts of the first half?
First thoughts, 30-0. You can't argue with that. It could be more, but I know what's going on tonight. The Millwood offense is working on the passing game. As I'm sitting here looking at the stats, looking at the play calling breakdown, they've thrown the ball 20 times in the first half and only ran the ball 9 times. They got 30 points on the board, even in the face of situations where the defense has been put in some pretty tough situations. They're good enough, they're confident enough in the defense to be able to bend but not break, get the ball back to the offense, and give the offense an opportunity to take additional reps. You know, one of the things, Mo, that I'm paying attention to, and I'm looking at Millwood in preparation for an OCS. I'm looking at Millwood in preparation for a first, second round playoff. I'm not looking at Millwood versus, Newkirk tonight, okay? I'm looking at identity. How are we coming together in terms of forming an identity? And I know that even though we're able to run the ball and can run the score up on Newkirk, I believe, based on just the differences in talent that I'm seeing, one of the things that I'm seeing, too, is that our run game is not as firm as we think it is, because I've seen some tackles for loss against the run.
Well, tonight we're not covering the backside.
We're not sealing the backside. So I think that's something that we need to shore up. And as opposing teams get the film and study this, they're going to see that. They're going to see that, and they're going to put together schemes that's going to bring some pressure. And so we honestly cannot forego getting better in the run game, which we know we're clearly better than the run game than in the passing game for the passing game. We just, what you do is you do what you do. You do it to the maximum ability. You seek to expand that in terms of creativity. And then you look at, okay, what can we implement the passing game to keep defenses honest?
I talked to Coach Franklin about this a couple of weeks ago, because sometimes we say that you have a tendency of trying to, make things a little bit too complicated. Sometimes do coaches do that? He says, no, all things are situational football. We want to see how things react, and we want to see how much we can execute under these conditions and see what people are doing. So is there a tendency? I think it's a little bit of yes and no on both sides of that, Gary, because at sometimes we can make things too complex, but at the same point in time, we should always look to simplify and see what else we can get, but it can be kind of difficult at times when you're trying to grow with a young team.
Mo, you can do that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is situational. We can put the ball. We want to put the guys in situations so that we can see how they respond, this, that, and the other. Yeah, but, you also still need to solidify. You don't have a ton of weeks to get yourself right, for, the playoff run, okay? You need to be, in my mind, you need to be firming up your identity. You need to be expanding on what you do well. People talk about this all the time in the business world, right? They start talking about your strengths, your 80-20, right? 80% of what 20% of what you do, we're going to yield 80% of the results, right? So you do what you know that you're good at, and then what you do is you minimize where you're not effective. You minimize that. You see what I'm saying? And then what you seek to do is figure out, how can I expand on what I do well to be creative? And that's what is really what's going to boil down. As well as I know, when we get into the playoff bid, It's going to come down to turnovers. It's going to come down into making mistakes. It's going to come down to penalties, right? It's going to come into efficiency, because teams are going to shorten the game up on you. They're going to hold the ball on you.
Yeah,
you're not going to get the calls.
No,
right. You're not going to get these do-over opportunities that we're getting tonight in regular season.
Now, I'm going to put you in an odd situation here. I'm going to ask you to channel your inner superintendent.
Uh-oh.
Because tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night.
Yeah.
What would her words be tonight about the teaching staff that is being built, and these ladies and gentlemen and young teachers, experienced teachers that are being recognized on the field tonight?
You know, Millwood has evolved into to a school system or a district that is constantly trying to recruit and retain talent. Also, Millwood has made significant commitments in improving infrastructure. When I mean by infrastructure, we're talking about buildings, we're talking about technology, we're talking about iPads, we're talking about facilities, we're talking about everything, so that we can basically remove all the obstacles. We're talking about all the way down to the food. We're talking about all the way down to being able to provide some level of health care and things of that nature for students. So when looking at these teachers out here, we're basically displaying tonight, hey, these are your teachers, this is their background, this is who we've recruited, these are the colleges and universities that they've attended, this is what they bring to the table. And so when we can put the talent out there and combine that with the talented kids and families that we're seeking to bring into the school, that's where the magic happens. And so I would say that Superintendent Woods would say that you can have it all in the urban core, and Millwood is doing its very best to provide that for you.
Thank you very much for that. Time for us to take a break. We'll come back, get into some more stats and more adjustments in just a minute. This is Teacher Appreciation Night on the campus of Millwood High School, and the teachers are being acknowledged, and the band is going to perform here in just a moment. The score is 30-0. We still have an extended timeout in halftime here due to the presentations that are going on. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. We will be right back. You know, Gary, back here at halftime, Maurice and Gary.
Yes, sir.
Taking a look at some of the statistics for what we saw in the first half. Some pretty interesting numbers, Gary. First of all, in total offense, Millwood has put up 232 yards of total offense, 85 yards rushing, to your point,
right,
and 147 passing yards tonight. I mean, that's just been impressive. We just found different ways to get people the ball.
Yeah. I mean, man, just imagine if, we had those ones that we dropped, right?
Newkirk has put up 45 yards of total offense tonight. In terms of things going on here, Newkirk is 1 of 8 on third down. Millwood is 3 of 7 on third down, so it's been interesting on that front. Rushing leaders, when we start talking about the Falcons tonight, Ricky Hunt, 4 rushes and 93 yards. And, of course, we talk about the negative. We talk about the overhead snap, the missed opportunity with Zaire Fisher, which took the ball back, and that's been causing some situations. But Miko Levine, first of all, Ricky Hunt, 4 rushes, 93 yards, and 1 touchdown. Big Meach, 1 rush, 15 yards, and 1 touchdown. C.J. Turnbull, 4 rushes and 15 yards and 1 touchdown. So it's been interesting on that front altogether. In terms of passing tonight, C.J. has been 8 of 17 for 147 yards and 1 touchdown thus far. And in terms of the receiving yards, Xavier Thompson, 3 catches, 80 yards and a touchdown. Ricky Hunt, 2 catches and 41 yards. Dylan Daniels, 1 catch, 14 yards. Miko Levine, 1 catch, 8 yards. Kato Sierra Sumbath, 1 catch and 4 yards so far. And, I mean, we're not talking about the drops, but those drops have been kind of critical tonight in terms of causing problems overall. So, I mean, it's one of those things that you got to point out here, Gary, because CJ honestly should have over 200 yards in the first half passing.
Oh, easy, and probably 2 more additional touchdowns
from that. So, you know, we're going to talk adjustments here in a minute. So my question is to you is, you talked about some things that you saw that we left on the table a little bit.
Right.
You know, this Newkirk team showed us that they can do some things. What is your response and thought about Shaden Pankey?
You know, I think defensively the staff made some adjustments in terms of trying to keep him hemmed up. In the first quarter, and even the second quarter, he was kind of doing a lot of running around, getting out of the pocket, getting out on the edge, trying to make plays. And then I think what happened was, as Coach Donovan Woods says, hey, let's keep this guy in the pocket. Let's try to keep him hemmed up and make him step up instead of rolling out. And I think that when they've done that, that kind of forces him to struggle a little bit, because now, you know, the reason why he squirts out is because he's shorter. He's a shorter quarterback, and he needs to get out so he can see. But if you keep him in the pocket, it makes it hard for him to complete throws.
Yeah, it does.
So they're doing a good job of keeping him in the pocket now. And the sacks are still coming at the same pace.
Now, when I look at Shaden Pankey, I tell you, this young man has showed me some real good pocket awareness. He hasn't learned quite yet how to develop his passing, his true passing game yet.
Right.
Because he lobs the ball a little bit. It's not on a zip line.
Right.
You know, and so he's giving the Falcon defenders a chance, but it's not of lack of vision. You know, sometimes you worry about your quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Right.
He does a great job of that. And to me,
well, yeah, he can do that when he gets out on the edge. But when he's in the pocket and the pocket closes around him, it forces him to drop his eyes and start looking how to get out of the pocket so that he can look down.
I mean, for all it's said, I mean, we've got 1 sack on him tonight.
Just
one. I mean, so I'm just giving him a little bit of credit.
No,
I mean,
he's done a very good job of eluding us.
I mean, normally the Falcons find a way to get into the backfield and really disrupt things. So just really want to point that out. And then I was looking at, you know, we're talking about adjustments from the Falcons side. We're seeing a lot more younger players getting some reps earlier in the game tonight.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen just the pure dominance of things, but Newkirk has not allowed the Falcon defense to be as strong as it has been the last few weeks.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that, Mo. I mean, even though it's, like I said, we're looking at 30-0, we're not seeing the defensive scores. We're not seeing we've gotten a couple of turnovers on fumbles, right? But we're not seeing like the interceptions. We're not seeing the sacks with fumbles. We're not seeing the scoop and scores. And so Newkirk is a lot better than Perry was last week in terms from that standpoint. But I think right now defense is playing well. They're giving the ball to the offense. And then the offense, they're responsible for all 30 points on the board. And it's just all a matter of how we choose to score.
Now, in terms of adjustments, I'd like to see in the second half of this game, the Falcons have done a lot of things well.
Yeah.
We've seen the passing game excel. I'd like to see what you've been saying earlier is shorten the game now.
Yeah.
And you shorten the game by running the ball.
Yep.
And so that's what you have to do. Keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving a little bit.
Yep.
You're up 30-0. You're clearly not in danger right now of giving up a lead as of right now. So what more should the team look to do in the second half of this one?
Well, I mean, I think that if you have an objective of working on some offensive play calling, I think, you know, what you do is you try to start putting together some sort of rhythm or some sort of scheme where it's not so we're going to run passes and then we're going to run the ball. You know, I think we should start settling into some sort of rhythm where we can start sustaining drives. Like, you know, use the clock, but, you know, let's see if we can't march 70. Let's see if we can't march 80 without, you know, busting the big play, you know, all in one play, and now we're going 83 yards for a score. Because that, you know, in the playoff scenario, you might not get those 80-yard runs. You know what I'm saying? You may have to sustain the drive, and that's something that we need to do.
Right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. The Millwood Falcon Band is putting on a performance for the home crowd here. And the Falcons have been putting a performance for you if you've been watching. 30-0 is the score. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center with Monica, Belle Biv DeVoe, Tamar Braxton, 112, Genuine, Silk, and H-Town. It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster.com. Another global events production.
Route 66 Dispensary has the lowest prices around. I'm talking $1 pre-rolls, dabs starting at just $4.95, vape pens $9.95, and shake zips as low as $5. Happy hour is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. every day, and that's when Flower Buds is 25% off. That means $50 OZs are just $37.50. Don't settle for imposters. There's only one Route 66 dispensary, and it's at 3801 North Portland. If you went anywhere else, you paid too much.
For Butch's Coffee. For EJ's Sandwich Shop. For Springfield Family Dental.
Every day, Staples helps every kind of small business create bold signs that sing. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Ends 12/31. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
The JCPenney Mystery Sale is back. How much will you save? It's a coupon giveaway in-store only. Starting Thursday, you can get an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off while they last. Simply find an associate for a coupon and peel to reveal your deal. Hurry, these good feels and family-size deals end Sunday. Shopping is back. JCPenney. Coupon valid on select styles through 10/16. Exclusions apply. Giveaway in-store only. Must be 18 years or older. See store or jcp.com for details.
Shouldn't body lotion do more than just moisturize? Olay Body's lotion, infused with skincare super ingredients, vitamin B3, and collagen, penetrates and hydrates to rejuvenate surface cells, so skin looks firmer and more radiant over time. With Olay Body, I feel fearless in my skin. Olay Body. Now try Olay's other skincare-inspired body lotions with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super-powered, and a super...
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep. There's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy paint applicators, and GRK screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
right, we are back. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here, set to bring you the second half of this game. Clarification and understanding of what needs to happen. Gary's kind of laid out the game plan of what the second half needs to be of the game, and that's something that we've got to get better at, of course, shortening the game, getting things all set and ready to go. I mean, that's so important. So, I mean, that's something we got to do, Gary.
Yeah, no. But, yeah, I'm sorry, Mo. I had to give love. I had to give love to some players that I coached. That was on that 2000, 2001, 2002, many dubbed as the greatest Millwood Falcon team in the history of the school, the back-to-back-to-back state championship team. Many of those players, those alumni down here watching the game, and I just had to reminisce for a moment. They were showing me some love up here in the press box. But, yeah, man, what this team needs to really be focusing in on is sustaining drives. We know we can run the football, but we need to be able to figure out some kind of rhythm, right? That rhythm should be run the football to set up the pass or throw the football to set up the run, and they need to be working in some sort of consort so that we can see, to where the kids can feel the rhythm and understand, the intent or the call or the methods behind, our sustainability of a drive. So that's kind of what the piece I would say, as a coach, that's what's missing to me is just that piece. Right now, it looks like we're working on some things, and because we're good enough, we can win this game, no problem. But you got to put those two pieces together, right? It's like baking a cake. You got to put the sugar and the flour and the baking powder in and all that so that cake can rise and be pretty in the end. And so.
No, and there's a lot of that has to be done. I mean, it's one of those type of things where you're still working on formulating the best combination of things that you can get. But at the end of the day, you're up 30-0. You come out and you execute, and the third quarter is really the last on quarter that you come out with, because you have to come out with the mentality of how you're going to attack the second half of a game. Period. And you've got to come out with that energy, as you just said, and they're willing to go back, and it's a 0-0 score, and do what you're supposed to do. The fourth quarter, we can talk about what you might need to do, because at that point in time, you're supposed to be saying, okay, those guys who have earned their minutes in practice, those guys who have made those plays during practice this week, you've got to do the things now that's going to help you go to the next level.
So fourth quarter should be reserved for letting other guys get some playing time, trying to bring some younger guys along. This third quarter is the most important quarter now for this game tonight, in terms of what the varsity, the starting offense is going to actually do play-wise.
So when we get back to starting this, the Falcons will get the ball first in the second half of this one, and the Falcons will be coming from the north end zone when they receive. So back to receive the ball deep. That looks like that's Ricky Hunt back there. And I can't you eye any other favorites out there, Gary, right now in terms of the secondary? Okay, you got Xavier Thompson back there.
Xavier Thompson and Ricky Hunt,
Suri Sumbath,
down
there at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're trying to fix it now to where you just can't kick away from Ricky.
So now here we get set to go. And a short onside kick attempt, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Penalty flag.
So it's going to be illegal procedure, and that will give the Falcons the ball right there at midfield, I do believe.
Yeah. So, again, offense gets the ball, and this is a great opportunity to see if you can sustain a 50-yard drive and work on some things and take some shots. I think that'll be good. Let's just see what the Millwood offensive staff dials up.
So the Falcons going to take over at the 45-yard line of Newkirk. So it was a good idea to try and change momentum. I give the coach a lot of credit for trying it, but that wasn't a great idea. Dylan Daniel gets the screen pass, and he runs to the outside, and Daniels is going to be forced out of bounds inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line.
That's a good play call. I like the fact that Dylan was able to, catch the ball, come in. I think he's kind of coming in a little bit too close because he's almost running into the defensive flow. Probably a good variation of that is to line him up in the slot and have him swing from inside out instead of outside in.
So the ball is going to be officially placed at what, the 26, Gary? Is that where that is?
Yep, there you go, swinging the ball outside in, but they didn't have any blocking. They read that one all the way.
So that pass goes for a minimal gain. The pass was completed to number 16, Zakiah Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So a loss of 2.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean that was a decently executed play, but it just wasn't blocked up very well.
So when we talk about that last play, okay, I was wrong on the spot. The ball was at the 26-yard line. So now, jet sweep time to Cato Sirasumbath, who cuts inside, spins out of 1, and he's trying to spin out, and he's finally going to be brought down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Would have loved to have seen Cato keep that ball and, kind of race to the edge and make that hard turn. He probably has about 5 or 6 yards out there that he probably could have gotten if he wouldn't have cut back.
So there's a flag on the play. And have we seen the preliminary call yet? Because it looks like it's holding. So that's exactly what that is. And it is going to be holding against the Falcons.
Oh, wow, 2nd down 20.
And that's going to move the ball back to the 39-yard line.
You pretty much got one-on-one coverage out here. Let's see what they do with it.
So 2nd down and what will be 23 now. Ball snap. And going to throw it to the outside, and pressure. CJ had pressure right in his face.
Yep.
Got tagged a little bit as pressure was coming up the middle from Devin Bruce.
Yeah, backer Kane pressuring pretty hard. He was not picked up, and so CJ got rid of the ball pretty quickly. 3rd down.
So pass incomplete. 3rd down and 23. Officially on the clock, 10:15 to go in the 3rd. Falcons up 30-0 right now. Falcons come set with 3 receivers, twins to the right, CJ and shotgun.
Iverson McElwee checks into the game at tight end.
All right. Ricky Hunt looks to be in the backfield. And before things get started,
false start. I mean, not false start, but
delay of game.
Delay of game.
Delay of game on the Falcons.
So a penalty against the Falcons here. 2 penalties in the first half of this one. So when you have a delay of game penalty, moves it back to the 44-yard line.
3rd and 25.
So 3rd and 28.
28.
You being nice. And 3 yards mean a big deal here. 3 receivers, twins to the right. Ball snap. CJ steps back, rolls to the right, has a receiver open across the middle of the field, and Xavier drops it. It was thrown a little bit behind him.
Yep.
But if it hits you in the hands, the rule is
you got to bring it in.
You're supposed to catch it.
That's right.
So 4th down and 28, and the Falcons did not come out sharp.
No. They came out. Did they run the ball any? Or was it all pass plays?
It was all pass plays.
Yeah, there you go. Working on that pass game.
So 4th down and 28, and the Falcons were short an end. He runs in, and now Zaire Fisher to punt the ball away, and it looks like Daniel Halson down to receive it.
Decent snap, decent punt.
And it's not Halson.
Oh, yeah, it takes a Millwood roll.
That was Gunnar Cole back there.
10-yard line.
And the ball is going to be down at the 10-yard line.
Tigers will take over at the 10-yard line.
And that's where the ball is. Basically, that is a kick of 34 yards.
Not bad.
None on 0 on the return. But in that particular case, you wanted situational football. You wanted that ball. You didn't have to be a 40-yard kick. You just wanted it pinned inside the 10.
You couldn't ask for a better punt.
That's exactly where you wanted it. So now they got to drive 90 yards to get to pay dirt.
Right.
So right now we've got 3 receivers, twins to the right side for Pankey.
Inside zone.
Inside zone run play. Nice job as a dive play right up the middle of the field. Maybe a gain of 3 or 4 yards out to the 14-yard line.
They took that inside zone, bent it back a little bit, and some of the linebacking core from the Falcons kind of overran that a little bit.
Second down and what would be 6 or 7 yards. 9:35 to go in the third. 30-0 is the score. Falcons substitute players. Carlos Strong comes out in this particular play sequence. 3 receivers, twins to the right for Pankey with 2 backs in the backfield with 19 on the play clock. Ball snap. Pankey's going to put it in the hands again of Dalton Osborne, who deals his way short of the 20-yard line. Another gain of 3 or 4 yards. Third down and short yardage now. We're going to say a gain of 2. So he takes it up to about the 18-yard line here. So third down and 2, gain of 4 on the play. So make that 3 receivers again. Twins to the right. Pankey. $16 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
So there was some equipment on the field.
Okay.
And a timeout is finally being called now by the Tigers. This timeout's being sponsored by OKC CBS Sports Radio 105.3, leader in sports, with Myron Patton, James Hale, PJ Mills. If you like Chiefs football,
yes, I do.
Big game on Sunday.
Yes, it is.
Bills, Chiefs.
Yes, it is.
Mahomes coming off a 4-piece with Travis Kelce this past week.
Uh-huh.
And I want to see what he's going to do now with Mr. Allen. Mr. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Let's see what they do. That game will be aired live, and you can listen to it on CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
Josh Allen is a hell of an athlete, man.
Oh, tremendous.
Golly.
Also want to thank Big O's Pork and Dreams, the best barbecue in Oklahoma City. If you hadn't had the famous Fat Butt or the Big Nasty, Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you, with 2 locations in Edmond and in Midwest City. Tell them, Big O's, that we sent you. Go get your food. Oh, yeah. Want to thank our community sponsor, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College and Lemoore's Family First DUI School. Now, Gary, coming out of this timeout here, as we said, it's 8:39 to go in the third quarter. The Falcons need to get back on. Carlos Strong comes back in the formation here. It's third down and 2. Critical stopping point here. The Falcons need to get back on their horse. Don't give them breathing room. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Pankey with a low snap, going to put it in the belly. And nothing doing there as Carlos Strong went beast mode.
Yes, he
took
did.
down 2 offensive linemen on the play. And nothing doing, no gain on the play. Fourth down and 2.
For a guy who takes on as many double teams as he does, he doesn't complain one bit. And he's always raring to get back in there and play the game. I mean, just such a dominant player. There's a reason why he's getting the offers that he's getting. And
Eddie Scott makes the wise decision here to go ahead and punt the ball away.
I would too.
I would not give the Falcon offense that.
Who's
so now
back deep? Okay.
It looks like
we got to put Zaire Fisher back there.
Zaire Fisher, the punter, getting a chance to return one.
Let's see.
Low kick.
End over end.
I think it might have even been partially blocked. But that ball's going to roll out of bounds
45.
On the Falcons' side of the field at the 45-yard line. So the Falcon 45, and it goes out of bounds, Gary. Change of possession, first down Falcon. That was a kick of 37 yards, putting it back in great field position for the Falcons. But that first sequence of plays, we did not see good things there. So we've got to see.
It was just, they were just throwing the ball. It was practice. They could have ran it. They didn't. They elected not to. They're working on some stuff right now. And, that to me is just they know they have the game in control. And so they're just trying to help get some things sorted out offensively. Double tight.
So double tight situation. They're going to put the ball in the belly of Ricky Hunt, and he goes right the middle. He blasts through it like a cannon. He's at the 20, 10, touchdown, Ricky Hunt Jr. Ricky Hunt takes the handoff right up the middle, and he must have saw green means go and took off right down the field. Nobody was going to catch him on that play.
Right. See, they know they can do that. They know they can do that. And, you know, I think that I don't even know what. I think that might have been the 10th or 11th run play of the game.
Well, he's over 100 yards now for sure.
Yeah.
But Ricky Hunt with a burst.
On how many carries? 5?
55-yard run on that play. Yeah, I'll get you the official stat line following this two-point conversion. 36-0 for the Falcons right now. Ricky Hunt waiting on the snap. And he's going to set up and he's going to throw it, and not. Someone's supposed to run a comeback route, and Dylan Daniels did not on the same page. So that pass is incomplete, so the two-point conversion is no good. But the Falcons extend their lead to 36-0. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. We'll be right back.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple.
Turn to cold and get $15 when you bundle Tide and Downy. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold in non-AG machines. Must buy at least one participating Tide or Dreft detergent item plus at least one participating Downy or Bounce scent booster, liquid fabric softener, or dryer sheet. Prepaid card by mail. Visit pglaundryrebate.com for terms and conditions.
All right, time for a drive recap brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. One play, 55 yards. I love drives like that. I love drives like that. I don't have to do a lot of thinking on that play.
Everybody loves drives like that.
A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson is offering a weed killer special, $49 for a standard home lot front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today, 405-767-3382. Great time to treat those weeds now.
Yes, sir.
Take care of them so you don't get it.
I can say a whole lot about that.
Please don't. You taught me more situation about, what type of grass I've got. What is it? What kind of grass I got?
Johnson grass.
Okay,
man.
yeah. I don't know nothing about Mr. Johnson, why you always talk about him when we talk about weeds.
All right.
So anyway, going to kick this ball away. Falcons are going to put it in play.
I said Johnson, not Ganja.
Okay, I said no. I wasn't talking about that grass now. That's a whole other. Hey, listen, we ain't talking about that. All right, the ball went up the middle.
Whoa.
In a crease.
Yes, sir. Man.
And Landon Vapp.
So the 44-yard line.
Received the ball right about the 26-yard line, and he took it back a mighty long way. From the 26, takes it nearly to the 45-yard line. They're going to stop and mark him at the 43. Nice return on the play there by the Tigers. So 1st and 10 from that spot. 36-0 is the score. Here come the Tigers going to work. 3 receivers, twins to the left. Pankey and shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball right up the middle, and this time he's absorbed. Carlos Strong said, mine.
Yep.
As he gets to Colt Stone and brings him down for a loss of maybe 1, maybe 2, back to the 41-yard line.
Hey, I mean, I know that they have a couple of players accounting for Carlos, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, it's like he just walks into the backfield at will.
2nd down and 12 now. 3 receivers, twins to the left. Now going to work. And Chaz Doolin is showing blitz off the edge.
He definitely was.
Coming across the formation is Harrelson. Ball snap. Pankey rolls right, fires right, and too much pepper on that throw. Pass intended for Harrelson. And what he is lining up on the inside slot, coming across the formation. Ball is snapped. It could be a jet sweep, but it's not. and then Pankey rolls to the side and tries to complete it while he's already in motion, trying to get some freebie yards.
Trying to swing that ball to the edge to where there's no defenders out there. Here we go. Second down and 12.
Well, actually, it should be third down and 12. Ball is snapped, and we're going to give
outside
the ball.
Zone.
And Colt Stone cuts inside. Should have stayed outside.
Yeah.
It's a gain of 4 as he takes the ball, maybe 3, out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, should be number 4. Yep, the officials just signaled 4. Should be 4th down.
So it's 4th down and 9 now. So the stick crew doesn't have the number up right. There it is.
There we go. There we go.
So 4th down and 9, and it looks like the Tigers and Coach Eddie Scott is electing now to try and make something happen. At this point, he's trying to get something positive for his team. The Falcons have got 9 in the box. Pankey's going to throw it. Doolin's coming. He's going to throw it across his body and completing the pass. And is going to get enough for a first down, fighting his way down to the Falcon 45-yard line. The biggest play of the night comes in the most unlikely situation as Pankey completes the pass to Caleb Free, who gets a first down for them.
Yeah, look, there was a little bit of man coverage in place for the Falcons, and I think DC coach Donovan Woods kind of rolled the dice thinking that he could get to the sack before a play could be made.
So nonetheless, the Tigers got a first down, and this time
that's the play.
Pankey makes something happen out of nothing. Pankey to the outside. He's at the 40, avoids several Falcons before he finally smartly and wisely darts out of bounds before Chaz Doolin can get to him.
Hey, not a bad play for the young man. I mean, the gain of about 7 yards, 8 yards on that play.
Taking the ball inside the 40 down to the 42-yard line.
Second down, 2.
So nice job by him as he takes the ball inside the 30, He takes it down to the 38-yard line. So let me make sure I get that right on my plot sheet. I want to make sure I'm keeping accurate stats tonight. Second down and 2. Pankey with 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, and he's going to fling it to the outside. Intercepted. Come on, Willie. Who's got it? It's William Mays.
Yep. Come on,
He's
Willie.
at the 20.
Can you make it, Willie?
And he's going to shake one. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line. Pankey threw it where the receiver should have been, and instead he found William Mays with the interception.
I can't wait to see Willie after the game. I was like, Willie, you should have scored, man. You should have scored, Willie.
And Mays is going to take it down to the 10-yard line is what they're going to say. Intercepted the Falcon 38-yard line and advanced all the way to the Tiger 10. What a job. What a return.
Yeah, that was
William Mays on that
great
play.
heads-up play.
So all intents, it's first and goal. And you're talking about a 52-yard interception return by William Mays.
I know, man. I just knew Willie was going in, but guess that angle, he couldn't quite outrun that angle. I'm going to have to holler at my boy about that one.
Eddie Scott calls a timeout, and we will take one here as well. You are listening to Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Your new home for sports, OKC CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Jay Swick on the morning rush, then Myron Patton, James Hale in the afternoon, followed by PJ Mills. And don't forget, if you like basketball, yeah, you got the Thunder, but know where their players came from. Check out G League basketball, also featuring your Oklahoma City Blue. Want to also thank the Millwood Enrichment Foundation and Super Prep for being sponsors of the game. In fact, they will be selecting the player of the game later on in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes to go now. And we have double tight. Jet sweep play, trying to get around the corner, and he does. Cuts it inside, and does he get it to the end zone? And are we going to say? And do we get a touchdown on the play on the end around?
16 Watson.
Zakiah Watson takes it to the house for a touchdown.
That's a heck of a block by Xavier Thompson that made that really sprung that play.
Xavier Thompson doing the best job he can on that one. 42-0 is the score now. So now going to work as Ricky Hunt steps in under center now for the play call. 5 receivers, trips to the right side. And Ricky Hunt looking over the defense here, getting a play assertion, getting his play confirmed. 7 seconds on the clock. Ball snapped, and now Ricky Hunt tries to dab and go right up the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Just like that.
So the 2-point conversion is good as Ricky Hunt takes it in. He had to fight his way for that one, folks. But the Falcons put 42 more on the points on the board and now lead by the score of 44-0. That touchdown drive there, for all intents and purposes, was one play, 10 yards.
Yep.
This time it belongs to somebody new we don't get to talk about very often. Zakiah Watson, the senior.
Yep.
And those are good ones, folks. Those are the ones from the senior. The guy who's been trying to move up the depth chart, Gary, trying to find an opportunity to get in the game, and he did that. Scoring recap brought to you by A+ Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. We're offering a Weed Killer special, $49 for a standard home front and back, $225 per acre. So,
hey.
So now going to work.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third.
So now they're going to punt this ball away. .212 to go. And the kick is away.
Ooh,
high short kick.
Oh, he had a knee down, didn't he? Okay.
And they're going to blow him down.
All right.
And Landon Hay is going to be down at the 29-yard line after receiving a short kick, but it was not returnable, and that's all you asked for. And it'll be 1st and 10 for that. And it was kind of crazy, given the fact, Gary, of, what we saw from Newkirk on that last drive. They had their best play,
right?
Drove the ball into Falcon territory, and then what happened? A turnover out of nowhere, just kind of fell out of the sky, and William Mays knew exactly what to do with it.
Yep, he took it almost the distance.
3 receivers again. Pankey in shotgun formation, and Pankey's going to hand the ball off right up the middle.
Ooh,
and taking a hard shot is Dalton Osborne, and he's going to get a gain of maybe 1 out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Iverson McElwee and Kenneth Childs filled that gap. And that guy ran into a brick wall.
57 seconds to go. Third quarter moved kind of quickly. More ground attack in this third quarter, and it made the quarter move a little bit more. Move a little faster off the clock. Chaz Doolan showing blitz. He drops back into coverage. Going to fling the ball to the outside on a wide receiver play. And this time, you went left and right, and the Falcons went downhill. They're going to bring down Harrelson for a loss.
Yeah, good coverage by Zaire Fisher. I'd like to see him wrap his arms up and make the tackle instead of
he just went in and tried to lower the boom.
Tried to lower the boom instead of tackling the guy.
And when you do that, that's what you end up with. Mm-hmm. They lose 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11 with 14 seconds on the clock. Ball is snapped, and Pankey rolls to the right side, to the near side. He's feeling pressure from Carlos Strong, and then finally unloads.
Throws it away.
And he gets the ball in the hands of Harrelson, who's going to sneak and he got past the Falcons' defense and the secondary and found a nice pocket and landed right at midfield as the third quarter comes to an end.
Yeah, nice little check down route. The receiver did a good job of working his way back to the quarterback, too. That's another plus for a new guy.
Right, so it's hit a break here as the fourth quarter is here. Put your four fingers in the air. The Falcons are on top. 44-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health of St. Anthony.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
KRMP, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, a Ferry Broadcasting Station.
It's the fourth quarter. Time to look at a quick stat here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. If you're a stat chaser out there and you're like, well, what's going on? What's the numbers looking like tonight, Mr. Mo? How about Ricky Hunt with 197 yards of total offense, 41 yards receiving, 156 yards rushing the ball right now.
Probably got 5 carries. All of 5 carries.
8 carries.
8 carries. There you go.
So following the play call here, the Tigers take the ball down into Falcon territory, down near the 46. That's where we'll say it is. And so now, following the play, another gain, taking the ball down inside the 45, down to the 43.
Yeah, that was a good little counter trap play on the inside. I mean, the Falcons need to be a little bit stingier on that, taking on that backside pulling guard and tackle.
So now, third down and 3.
Good, much better. And
hammering down Hill, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. They're going to say he's just a couple of yards shy of the first down. They're going to mark the ball what will be the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Keelan Cyrus did a good job of blowing up that counter trap to the opposite side on that play, stuffing that guard and tackle and making the tackle after defeating the block. Excellent job by him.
3 receivers, twins to the right side, and this time they're going to go for it. And Panky missed a tackle and is not able to evade as the Falcon defensive pressure, especially William Mays getting into the backfield. But we've got, I think we have an injured Falcon. That is Iverson McElwee. He is very, very slow to get up. Very slow.
Oh, he's all right. He's holding on to his wrist a little bit, but Iverson's okay. Uh-oh, maybe he's not.
Okay, all right, Gary. He's getting up, and he's going to walk up on his own power.
Some of that is wishful thinking. I'm like, no, Iverson can't be hurt. Come on, Iverson.
Yeah. So
means too much to the defense.
So we're going to move the ball. They're going to spot the ball of what will be at the 42-yard line here. So double tight end, 2 receivers split. Ball snap. CJ throw it up. Has a receiver open in the middle of the field. He tries to get it over to William Mays, and William Mays does not make the reception on that play.
Yeah, he got his hands on it. The ball was a little bit low, but again, Willie's flipping over and trying to get some reps on the offensive side of the ball. They kind of use him as an H, and now they're starting to get some reps to him, trying to see if he can contribute on the offensive side of the ball as well as on the defensive side of the ball.
No question about it. Going to work tonight, double tight end, 2 receivers split. Different look, and this time they're going to put the ball in the hands of Ricky Hunt. Ricky Hunt is going to be brought down. Good open field tackle that time. You don't see that happen, but Lane Mace brought him down for a loss that time.
Yeah, that was actually kind of a shock to see that tackle for loss actually against Ricky.
Well, he got in and got on Ricky's legs, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
If you can tackle low, you can make something positive happen, but you got to tackle him low. You tackle Ricky high, he will shake you. He's got the power and the legs to do that. Double tight end again, twin receivers to the right side this time. Ball is snapped. CJ hands it off to the jet sweep to Xavier Thompson. Turning the corner right now, and Xavier runs into the back of his own defender on the jet sweep play. And they're going to say he ran out of bounds just shy of the Tiger 46-yard line. That's where they're going to spot the ball.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Huh. Fourth down and about a long 3.
So he takes the ball down to the Tiger, what will be the Tiger, 43, I said?
Yeah.
$49, yeah, that's incorrect. Yeah, it's not at midfield. And the ball's handed off. And Ricky Hunt,
he gets the first down.
It's going to be close to the first down depending on the spot.
Yeah, they wave the flag.
They're waving them, and so it will be enough for a first down as they take the ball inside the 40-yard line, inside the 50-yard line, down to the 47. So down. First and 10 from that spot. So, Falcons reorganize their offensive personnel with 6:57 to go on the game. 2 receivers split. Diamond formation, first time we've seen that tonight. Ball snapped and trying to get the ball to the outside. And a nice crease cutting up inside the hole and a nice run play there. That is Deshaun Buford.
Yep, freshman.
The freshman getting a chance to get some run here as Buford takes it down inside the 45. Down to the 43.
Yeah, that was the formation that we've been kind of like waiting for the Falcons to break out. We knew it's in the repertoire. They stay in the diamond.
All right, doing work right now. Ball is snapped.
Miko Levine.
Miko Levine gets backed up in the area, but he finally finds a way to power his way out of a backfield tackle. Should have been a loss, and he manages to gain 1 out of it. See, when life gives you lemon, as Gary says, you make lemonade.
Hey, you know what? When you have athletes like Miko Levine, Ricky Hunt, those guys, you're just glad they're on your team. Straight up. Because that would have been a tackle for loss, but they're so talented, they're able to get back to the line of scrimmage pretty much with ease.
So basically no gain on the play that time from Big Meech. So it's going to remain basically 3rd down and about 6. Ball is snapped. Nobody there this time, and so going right up the middle. Is that CJ who pulled it down and just went right at it?
Actually, there was
no, it's a different
change. Yeah,
quarterback change on this play.
Yeah, you got
Josiah Woods.
Yeah.
Josiah Woods comes in the game. And Josiah Woods takes it down inside the 45-yard line down to what will be, is that not the 43? I think it's the 42. So it's going to be 4th down. Oh, let me correct that. That ball's inside that. The ball's at the 38.
Going for the first down.
And the Falcons are going to see if they can get it.
Yep, they are moving the chains.
So at the end of it, they're going to say first down Falcons. Or are they not saying first down Falcons? They're saying, okay, the chain gains just a little late.
Yeah, they're a little slow.
Moves the ball down inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line, and that's what they needed to get the first down.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
Trying to kill the drive. I know, kill the clock. That's what the Falcons are. Diamond formation. 2 receiver, high snap. Josiah Woods, again, miscommunication on what's supposed to be happening.
Had a little bit of a bad snap, so he kind of missed the handoff there.
So Josiah Woods goes ahead again. think they're going to say no gain on the play.
Nah, it wasn't much there.
So 2nd down and 10. 3:44 to go, 44-0. The Falcons, if this preserves itself, Gary, looking at things here, you're talking 4 straight games of over 40+.
Right.
And the opponents, if nothing is scored here, and I'm going to have to, as they say, I was told there would be no math.
Oh, my goodness. That didn't work out. I don't know what's going on here.
And Josiah, it's not Josiah, that's Big Meech on this one.
I mean, he didn't have a chance on the play. I mean, as soon as the ball was handed off, he was being mad.
It looks like a miscommunication on the ball snap and time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got different personnel in, so you're working some things out. But they're going to spot the ball now, and Coach Franklin is not too happy about the communication and is calling a timeout on the field right now. He's going to spot the ball at the 40-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play, and so he's out there. Coach Franklin's still coaching.
Yeah. No, he's talking it through. I mean, just because the game is being closed out, you still have to stay focused and you have to execute. And I think that's what he's doing right now is he's challenging his players to stay engaged, don't let up. I know a lot of you guys have been playing both ways a lot, but you still got to stay you got to stay cut into the game. You got to stay focused. And so those guys just need to hang in there and continue, executing all the way until the clock runs out or until at least the coaches substitute you out of the game.
That's right, and that's the mentality you have to have. In the last 4 games, Gary, if this goes down, and I was told there would be no math, but there is math tonight.
Yep.
If this score maintains what it is, how many points do you think the Falcons have scored in the last 4 games against their opponents?
Average?
No, just total points versus
total. Oh my God! Last 4 games?
Last 4 games.
Over 200?
Yes, sir. 207 to 22.
There it is. Coach Woods does it again, baby.
207 to 22. I mean, that is a daunting and very incredible number.
Hey, I'm a legend in my own mind.
Yeah. Jet sweep play this time. It gets in the hands of Zaire Fisher.
Yeah, Zaire.
And Fisher's going to take the ball inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. So Fisher getting a chance to carry the ball on the jet sweep.
I think it's good that Coach Franklin, we still got the varsity offensive line in. I think it's good that he has them in the game to see if we can't hold the ball to the very end. That's a positive.
Here's the thing, Gary. Here's the thing. I just think it's worthwhile in noting that when you look at how this is all stacking out, is that you're trying to get executed. These are what I call value rep snaps.
Yes.
You earn these snaps by doing what you're doing. Football is about opportunities. High snap, Josiah does a great job and then hands the ball up the middle. And Ricky Hunt, straight up the middle of the field into the end zone. Touchdown Falcons.
Well, your total points just went up.
Ricky Hunt, and here's the question I have to ask you. Was Ricky Hunt supposed to even be in the game on that play? The reason why I ask you is because when it's all said and done, is they put up a 50 spot now.
Right.
So that adds, as it stands right now, we're talking 213 to 22. But it's not.
Flag down. It's coming back. Yeah, it came back. Yeah, it came back. But did you see a flag?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Holding on the
Minute 31.
But I did not see where the play went down.
What?
All right. So move the ball back to the 45-yard line. The penalty is going to be holding.
Yes, it is. Bring it back. Let's do it all. Let's do it again.
So 4th down and what will be almost 18 yards to go. So Ricky Hunt's back out there. Ricky Hunt was excited. He got over his 200 spot.
Yeah. Now he's got his hands up like, what happened? What happened? And what's crazy is that Ricky was through the hole so fast going to score.
Okay, they called a timeout here.
Yeah.
Coach Franklin called a timeout. This timeout's being brought to you by First Security Bank. Proud sponsor. First Security Bank is here to serve the community and proud to be the only African-American owned bank in the state of Oklahoma. Let First Security Bank become your bank home. Conveniently located at 1451 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. Call 405-424-4341. Member FDIC. So
that's my bank.
The Falcons, Newkirk, after this would have lost 2 straight.
Yes.
After winning 2 straight, and it's the greatest example of a young team that you can ever say if there ever was one, Gary.
Right.
Is when you win 2 and you lose 2.
Right.
You know, so that's the method about this. So, you know, one thing I have to point out is they go on to take on Perry.
Right.
At home. Same team that we played last week.
Right, and those two teams, in my opinion, are going to be comparable talent-wise.
And then they go to Blackwell, and then they finish at Hennessy.
Okay,
and we have yet to see Blackwell or Hennessy as of yet.
I haven't seen either one of those teams. And who do we have next, Mo?
Next, the Oklahoma Christian School. We're going to Edmond. OCS.
That's going to be a good test game right there.
All right, the Falcons are going to go ahead and punt this ball away. Zaire Fisher kicks the ball away. Nice end-over-end kick, and it's going to take a bounce and going to be down inside the 5-yard line.
Yep, Sir Sambath, that's basically the ball jumps back into his arms.
Down at the 7-yard line. So, when we look at that one,
16 seconds, Mo.
16 seconds left in the game. Immediately coming back, we will have, after a punt of 38 yards, after this game, last snap of the game, it will be time for the Falcon post-game show.
Okay, we see significant substitutions here defensively for this last 16 seconds.
One play, let's see what Newkirk decides to do here. Coach Eddie Scott looking for something positive to end his team's game with tonight.
I would definitely throw it.
$16 seconds on the clock, folks. And the ball is snapped.
Oh, he runs inside
zone. And he runs it inside zone, which will be the final play of the game as they take the ball out to the 12-yard line. Out to the 12, a gain of 5, and that will be the final play of the game as the final seconds off the clock tick away tonight. Down to 0, and it's 44-0 is the score. Time for us to hit a break. We'll come back with the Falcon post-game show. That's just minutes away. Actually, seconds away. We'll be right back on the other side. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center with Monica, Belle Biv DeVoe, Tamar Braxton, 112, Genuine, Silk, H-Town. It's the Oklahoma City R&B Music Experience, Sunday, November 6th at Paycom Center. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster.com. Another global events production.
Does your disability make it harder to find a job?
Yes, absolutely.
DRS can help. DRS is Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services.
DRS empowers job seekers with disabilities
who really want to work.
So employers like us really want to hire them.
Now we're taxpayers.
Contact DRS.
DRS can help.
Contact DRS 800-487-4042 or okdrs.gov.
Come praise and worship at Langston University. Langston University kicks off Homecoming Week by inviting you, to their Homecoming Gospel Fest featuring national recording artist, The Walls Group.
What do you do when life is spinning up on you?
The Walls Group. Yep, that's the Walls Group. Also performing live is your boy, your homie, Montre Tisdale and the Friends Chorale. The Langston University Gospel Choir, and Dwanique, all taking place Sunday, October the 16th at I.W. Young Auditorium at Langston University main campus, with doors opening at 6 p.m., showtime at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now for $10, not including service charges at Ticketstorm.com. Langston University students, you get in free with the LU student identification. Let's go, Langston Homecoming Gospel Fest. We turning up.
While other lots are looking dry, with limited supply and prices marked way too high, Boomer Kia has loads of cars in stock, all without the sticker shock. Folks, for the past year, every dealer has fought for inventory, but now Boomer Kia has more cars than we know what to do with, and they need to go. So we're doing whatever it takes to get you out of your old ride and into a brand new Kia. And you know it, with Zip Zero Zilch. That's absolutely zero money down and zero payment for up to 3 months. That's a brand new Kia with zero money down and zero payments until January 2023. Do you feel like you're stuck in your loan? Boomer Kia wants to get you out of your current ride, even if you owe up to $8,000 more than it's worth. Are you unsure about your credit? Forget about it. Just go to boomerkia.com and click the iPrecheck button, where you can get pre-approved in less than 60 seconds, all without hurting your credit. I'm James Wade, General Manager at Boomer Kia, and if you don't get the deal you want, don't leave. Ask for me.
With approved credit, 3 months deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale, plus tax, tag, and license. Expires 11/5/22.
All right, welcome back to the Falcon Postgame Show. Want to make sure we thank our sponsors for tonight's contest. SSM Health at St. Anthony. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist, and St. Anthony Hospital has a great team to get a player back in the game from injury. Also want to thank Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rate Rodsey, First Security Bank, Heritage Funeral Home, A-Plus Lawn Service, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, and Lemore's Family First DUI School. Before we get to that, let's look at some of the raw numbers. The Falcons on tonight, Gary,
yes, sir,
ended up with 172 yards of positive rushing. That's admit all the negative yards rushing that they had.
Right.
164 yards passing on the night. So 236 yards of total offense overall. When we start looking at it from the standpoint of how they outdid Newkirk on that one, Newkirk ended up tonight with 36 yards passing, 71 yards rushing. So you're talking basically 107 yards overall for them. Mm-hmm. So the Falcons were more efficient on that.
Right.
Individual other questions tonight on the Falcons. Let's look at a couple of other things. Third down conversions. The Falcons were 4 of 13, 2 of 9 on fourth down. The Falcons had 7 penalties for 41 yards tonight. Not too bad on that statistic at all. But when it comes to individual performances tonight, they start to shine, and Ricky Hunt floats to the top. 8 rushes, 159 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. C.J. Turnbull, 4 rushes, 15 yards and a touchdown tonight. Miko Levine, two rushes, 12 yards and a touchdown. Zakayo Watson, 1 rush, 10 yards and a touchdown overall tonight. Those are all the Falcons besides Josiah Woods with 3 carries for 6 yards. Most of the other numbers were not so happy for a couple of the running backs that got out there. Deshaun Buford, 2 rushes, -1. Xavier Thompson, 1 rush, -6. And Zaire Fisher, 2 rushes for -23. One of those is a bad snap over his head, a punt.
Right.
Then it comes to receiving, Xavier Thompson, 3 receptions, 80 yards and a touchdown. Ricky Hunt Jr., 2 catches for 41 yards. Dylan Daniels, 2 catches for 33 yards. Miko Levine, 1 catch for 8. Keito Sirasumbath, 1 catch for 4. Overall, those are some of the outstanding numbers tonight. And an impressive number for Zaire Fisher. Okay, how about 4 punts averaging 40.5 yards a catch?
That's
Anytime
not bad.
you get over the 40 mark, that's some great numbers there overall for it.
Right.
So just want to point that out. In terms of the returns tonight, we didn't have any star-studded returns. In fact, Xavier Thompson had 1 bounce off of him as a fumble tonight, but he had 3 returns, 13 yards overall. So not the greatest special teams night, but a dominant performance on the offensive side of the ball overall.
Yeah, but I mean, you take away that one turnover from Xavier Thompson. I mean, the special teams play was actually pretty good.
It was good.
If you really want to balance it out.
My streak I talked about, 3 straight games of
special team scoring and all that sort of thing.
It came to an end.
Yeah, it came to an end.
It came to an end. So those are the things that you got to look at going forward. Now, it's not the most important thing. The fact that you even have 3 touchdowns or 3 scores from special teams in a season, that's something to shout about. If you could even get that. So with that being said, it's time for us to select the Millwood Enrichment Foundation and Super Prep Player of the Game. Gary Woods, who you got?
Ricky Hunt Jr.
It's kind of hard tonight.
Kind of hard to not
total offense, 200 yards.
Yeah, he averaged 20 yards a carry tonight.
200 yards rushing and 200 yards total offense and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
So Ricky Hunt is your player of the game. The Falcons will need to regroup because they got to get busy. Next week, things start to get a little bit tougher down the stretch. They have a game against OCS next week. That's at OCS. They have a game at Hennessy, and then we come back for Blackwell to end it on senior night here, which will be a very special night. So I'm going to tell everybody to have a great night and understand that the Falcons got to get a good test, and this is the game that we've been building for. This is the game, and you're like, well, what's OCS? OCS going into this week was 5-1.
That's right, and OCS is going to be the caliber of team that we're going to see, depending on the district, second and third round of playoffs. And so it's important that we are airtight. We don't want to get in that game against them and maybe drop one, not take advantage of winning the district, not getting the home field advantage, that sort of thing. I mean, there's a lot going to be riding on that
A lot
game.
of district points.
A lot
because
of district points.
The district points get that. And it's not so much about the first game of the playoffs, as you said. It's about the second and the third.
Second and the third. That's right.
And so you want every advantage.
And the district title.
Yeah, every advantage that you can get, and it all starts with getting those things.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. It's Thursday night. We will next be on the air for Falcon football next Friday. But for those of you who got L's that you like to throw up in the air, Langston University has a tough matchup against a ranked